sana. I can see we have 20 participants. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Right now, I'll hand it over to our facilitator, Stephen Maina, before he hands it over to me. Stephen, karibu sana.
Thank you, Cynthia. Good morning, everyone. Super excited to have all of you joining today. We have been looking forward to this webinar, to this session, and it is an absolute delight for us here as Wild International. Cynthia will be telling you a bit more about Wild International in a few minutes. But before that, before I let you introduce yourselves and your business, allow me to introduce myself. And I'm going to share my screen here. Just a minute. Let me just share my screen. There you go. That's me, Stephen Maina. I'll be your facilitator for the day. Again, as mentioned, super excited. I am a facilitator with Wild International, who are the training partners for the Boost with Facebook program. And we are thrilled that we have the opportunity to impact business owners beyond the borders of Kenya, and especially for you here as part of the Digital Shelter cohort in Somali. A bit about myself: I have been in digital marketing for a little over 10 years now, and it's something I absolutely love. For me, what has really sort of gotten me hooked to digital marketing is just seeing how businesses get transformed. So, many years ago, I started a business. It was an online business that worked with small and medium businesses in the hospitality industry. And I saw businesses that started from, for example, taking photos and doing photos as a hobby, to people growing to become large businesses, and they are now well-established photographers. I saw people who started, baking cakes as a hobby, and now growing to become these large businesses that are hiring, that hire many people and have some amazing reach. So for me, just seeing that transformation of businesses using social media, specifically Facebook and Instagram, has really, sort of gotten me hooked. And it's my privilege today and my joy to be part of this training. And our hope as Wild International, and by extension as Facebook, is that through these trainings that you too will leverage on the tools that are available from what they call the Facebook family of apps, which is Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, to take your business to the next level. And if the last year and the last 2 years have taught us anything, is that being digital ready is of absolute importance for your business. But enough about me. Let me hand it over back to you. On the chat there, please go ahead and introduce yourself, introduce your business as well, what you do, and the business that you run. I did have a look at some of your businesses. I had a look at some of your Facebook pages, and I'll be sharing with you just some thoughts and some of the things that you guys are doing so well already, even before this training. So go ahead there on the chat space there, introduce yourself, introduce your business, and I'll be reading out the names in a little while. Before I hand it over to Cynthia, just a few things. Here, just some etiquette here. Your video and your audio are muted by default. We have done that just to make sure the session runs a bit more smoother. But if you have any question for me as we move along, please use the Q&A space. There's a Q&A box down there that will allow you to ask a question on the chat, and I will be looking at it towards the end as I look at the questions that you have ready for me. Else, use the chat to interact. Use the chat to to share your opinions or anything for us, and I'll be looking at them. And I'm joined by a fantastic support team. Lois and Dan are here with me to help you out if you're having any challenge to do that. Okay, fantastic. Let me read and see who is on the chat. I'm seeing a chat. Let me see. Please introduce yourself. I can see some of you are introducing yourselves as we move along. We'll have an interpreter. I've just been informed we will have an interpreter. So please do not worry about that. But before we start, and before I hand it over back to Cynthia, so I was looking around about Somalia, and I wanted to test. I wanted to see how well you know your country. And let me throw this to the chat. Mohammed, I see you. Karibu, welcome, Mohammed. I see you. Ubax, welcome. I see you. Abdi Rizak, I see you as well. Welcome. Sakaria, I see you as well. Sakaria, welcome to today's Boost with Facebook session. Yeah, before we do that, so I wanted to know how well you know your country. So I have an icebreaker for you here. Is it true or false? Somalia has the longest coastline of any African mainland country. True or false? True or false that Somalia has the longest coastline of any African country? True or false? On the chat there, use the chat there to let me know, is this true that Somalia has the largest coastline of mainland Africa? I don't know if, yes, but Bushar, I see you. Abdiraham, I see you. Yeah, we have a few people guessing. Okay, great. So we have Sadia says it's true. Hani says it's true. Yes, Yasin says it's not true. Interesting. Isti says it's not true. Okay, please give your opinions. Is it true that Somalia has the longest coastline of any African mainland country? Who else? Sadia says it's true. Let me see who else. Hani says it's true. Yakub Maksamud says it's true. Yasmin says it's false. Abdurraham says it's true. Isi says it's not true. Maimun says it's true. Sagal says it's true. Nadar says it's true. Maxamamed says, of course it's true. And a beautiful country. It is a beautiful country, that I must admit. Kasim says it's not true. Mushtaq says it's true. Any other guesses? Is it true or false that Somalia has the longest coastline of any African mainland nation? Going once, going twice. If you guessed true, you are correct. Yes, Somali coastline stretches over 3,000 kilometers. I didn't know this, to be honest. I came across this as I was preparing for the webinar today. Yes, it has the longest coastline of any mainland African nation. So, and it is a beautiful country. I had a chance to look at some of the photos of Lido Beach there, as you can see. It does look as a beautiful country. These are the times I wish that this was not an online training. I wish that this was a training that I travel there and see a beautiful country. Again, thank you so much for joining in today. And we are super excited about this webinar. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Cynthia, to introduce Wild International and a few of our guest speakers who are with us today. Cynthia, over to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Wow, I want to travel to Somalia. I want to relocate there. Anyway, thank you so much for that icebreaker, and thank you to our amazing panelists. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Cynthia from Wild International. We are the implementing partner with Meta under the Boosted Facebook program. Thank you. And now I would like to invite the Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ibrahim Isse, to give us his opening remarks on behalf of the government. Mr. Ibrahim, are you there? You can unmute yourself and switch on your video.
Hello. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Subax wanaagsan. Thank you very much, dear distinguished partners, facilitators, moderators, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Post with Face program in our series. First of all, I would like to start by wishing you and your families my personal best for your health and safety in these difficult times. On behalf of the Minister of Commerce and Industry, Federal Government of Somalia, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome all of you and make our remarks to this workshop that will improve capacity of the startup and the SMEs in our country and also learn importance of the digital skills to the SMEs. I would like to thank the team, Meta Facebook, Digital Shelter, and the technical team for supporting SMEs sector and also organizing and facilitating this webinar. There is no question that Somali people have entrepreneurship culture. Somali, the startup sector, is a fast growing and a number of successes that have grown into the big enterprise.
Yes.
They are the brain behind the great areas in real estate, financial service, tech, coffee shops, fishery, and agriculture in our country. Somali entrepreneurs have played significant role in promoting the private sector and economic growth of the country after the collapse of central government of Somalia in 1991. Our entrepreneurship continued to create numerous jobs opportunity by boosting the country's GDP. This helping many from jobless while enhancing their income by offering them decent life. In our country, the SME sector is the biggest income and employment generator. It is home to thousands of people and the largest business sector. Their trade in clothes, food, agriculture, products, construction materials, water, and fruits, and restaurants are visible in the streets of every city and town in Somalia. However, in Somalia, besides the critical and positive role, startup and SME face several challenges, including capital investment, entering the market, lack of digital skills, adaptation of the technology, and lack of understanding the influence of the social media on business. The Minister of Commerce and Industry is assigned to promote external and internal trade, as well as the SMEs and the industrialization of the country. We're committed and succeeded a lot of activities, including the SME policy formulation, trade policy, industrial development policy coordination, and the startup of the stakeholders, capacity building of small business, and we are on the road to creating a startup in Somalia. As a government, we believe that digital skills are the key to job market and business growth. And one of the top priorities is to equip our youth and startups in digital skills in order to prepare them for digitalization. Finally, I openly hope the discussion of the workshop and the information can be applied effectively in our role as SMEs and entrepreneurship. With these few remarks, I thank for the listening to me and declare the training workshop is officially open. May you have productive and successful training workshop. Welcome and more. On behalf of the Minister of Commerce and Industry, the organization committee is wonderful to see you, many of you in this webinar. Thank you very much. waa mahadsantiin dhammaantiina dadka kasoo qayb galay webinarkan runtii sharaf ay noo tahay inaan maanta meeshaan aan isku aragno ka wasaaradda ahaan runtii waxaan aad ugu faraxsanahay inaan idinla joogno runtiina aan idin furno trainingkan ay bixin doonaan tiimkan saaxiibadeena ah digital shelter iyo Meta Facebook runtii waa wax wadankan iyo ganacsiyadeena u baahan sida ka warqabnaba waxaan leenahay internet cheap ah haddana saas ay tahay ma u isticmaalno ganacsiyadeena marka the kind of this training waxaa muhiim u yahay inaan fahanno muhiimadda uu leeyahay in businesska ay isticmaalaan social media sida Facebooka, WhatsAppka, Instagramka iyo wixii la mid ahba marka ka wasaaradda runtii ku faraxsanahay in trainingkan aad ka qayb qaadataan waxaan rajeynayaa waxyaabaha ka baran doontaan inaad la wadaagi doontaan asxaabtiina idinkana aad kaga faa'iidaysataan ganacsigiina runtii insha Allah tacaala ganac tababaradaan iyo tababar la mid ah waxaan ku dadaali doonaa inaan professorka u keeno insha Allah tacaala waan noo furan yahay trainingkeena waxaan idin rajeynayaa nasiib wacan inaad ka faa'iidaysan doontaan aadan u mahadsantihiin assalaamu calaykum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Over to you, Sister Sylvia.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you for the opening remarks. Now I'd like to invite Mercy Ndegwa. She's from Meta, Director of Public Policy, East and Horn of Africa. Mercy, are you there?
I am. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Really pleased to be with you this morning in this fantastic launch of our Boost with Facebook event. We were calling Meta Boost going forward, given the change in the company's name. First of all, I want to acknowledge very humbly the presence of His Excellency, Mr. Ibrahim Issa Abdullah, who's joined us this morning. Really honored to have you present here. And I thank you for your opening remarks that articulate very clearly the need for leveraging digital tools for small businesses to be able to scale up and to do better. And we at Meta are very passionate about this. We care about Africa, we care about Somalia, and we want to make sure that we can be able to genuinely invest in supporting communities such as yours and across the continent, especially the youth, startups, small businesses, developers, creatives, and NGOs, all of whom are very critical in the work of building and innovating around the internet. And we are constantly looking for opportunities like this to constantly listen to you, to learn from you, and to also understand what your experiences are in regards to using our platforms and the products that we have. So maybe just a quick circle back to Meta to explain the term, because I think there are many people who are wondering, when did you stop calling yourselves Facebook? Who is Meta? What is all this? So Meta is basically just a brand name, the company brand name that brings together all of the different apps or platforms that you know of. For example, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, most of which are already being used in Somalia. But also that we're also developing other technologies, some of which we are not using yet in this continent, but we'll be looking to roll out in the future. You probably have also heard about the metaverse, which is our new sort of like immersive internet space that we hope will allow people to feel even more connected to one another and be able to do even more with the internet, especially around content creation and application across maybe education, health, and other areas that we're hoping to have a more immersive use of that platform for that reason. And you'll be hearing more from us about this. But today we're excited to be with you to speak specifically about how we can help small businesses be able to use our tools, the tools we've enabled through programs that we're launching, such as this one that we're doing together with Wild, to deliver skills to small businesses, entrepreneurs, and others that need them to be able to do better business, not just within Somalia, but also outside of Somalia. Our mission as a company has always been to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. And this mission is no different anywhere you go within the world. So we have the same mission to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together, be it here in Kenya, in Somalia, or anywhere else. It is not different anywhere else. So we have the same mission across the globe. We know that small businesses are the backbone of the economy. I think it's true to say that specifically in the case of Somalia, it's the case for Kenya, it's the case for all of the countries in our region. I cover the Eastern Horn of Africa region together with the wonderful team that's represented here today. You probably already met them, Helen, who has put together this wonderful session for us, together with Phil and others who are based here in the region. We also are covering the Eastern African countries together with the Horn of Africa countries. In the case of Somalia, we're aware that millions of citizens come to Facebook every day to connect with their friends, their family, their communities, and things that they're passionate about, hobbies or courses, or certain information that brings them onto our platforms to connect with their loved ones, to connect with their different networks from high school, from business, and so on, to be able to consume or share information. So for us, this offers an incredible opportunity for small businesses to be able to leverage the use of digital marketing tools, particularly to be able to achieve their business goals. And we think that this program will be critical in supporting businesses in that way. We also know that the COVID-19 pandemic has really affected small businesses across the country, and it's the case in Somalia, as is the case across the world. And we at Meta have put in measures to help businesses that have been impacted in that way to be able to recover from the pandemic. One such measure is our flagship economic recovery program, which we call Boost with Facebook, and it is the one that we'll be launching here today with you. It's a series of free training sessions. So the company has taken on the cost of making sure that we can give the skills freely to businesses and business owners that want them, that we're currently implementing through a session such as this, webinars like this, that offer small businesses and owners an opportunity to learn more about how to use digital tools in making their businesses grow, in being able to market their businesses, but at the same time being able to engage with their customers and make meaningful connections with potential customers, not necessarily those that are already consuming their products, but also others that could be interested in their products. Through this program, businesses gain a lot of skills on how they can gain new customers, how can they access new markets. A lot of people ask us those questions. How do I use your tools to make sure that I can reach an audience, for example, in Kenya, in the US, and other places? We're going to be showing you how, through the partnership that we have with Wild International, to launch this program and teach you how to do that. We're also able to allow you to pick up skills around how to create engaging content, content that will catch the or attract the minds of your potential customers or people that you want to make sure read your information, because there's a lot of things people are seeing on social media on any given day. It's no different on our platforms. Whether someone has come onto Facebook, for example, people will always want, they'll get different information coming to them. How do you make sure that your content is engaging, is creative, is attractive to audiences that want to, that you want to engage with? So these training sessions have helped thousands of small businesses and entrepreneurs. I've said that we have launched this in many places. This is the first time we're doing it in Somalia, but we've done it in other places as well. But it has helped them to develop these social media skills and unlock new audiences. And the feedback we get from businesses that have tried the tools that we train regarding how to do these things that we're speaking about have been positive. We hear businesses telling us that they've actually grown, that they have now new customers from different parts of the world, and that people are engaging with their content more. So today we are really proud to be launching the Boost with Facebook webinar series in Somalia, which is for me a very exciting moment. This is just the beginning of our engagement in Somalia. We'll be looking to do more and have already started to do a lot of work in understanding different sectors and aspects that our business could support or empower our users that within Somalia to be able to do better in their respective sectors. So we would like to make a positive contribution as Meta, particularly to the Somali economy, by supporting businesses learn how they can leverage digital marketing tools for growth. This is an extraordinarily challenging time, I think, for all businesses. Like I said, with the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen a lot of setback for businesses. First, there was a clear disruption to how people did business as usual. You know, if you previously owned a shop, probably because of the government directives, you had to close it because customers now are staying at home because of social distancing measures and so on. This health emergency that is the COVID-19 pandemic has had an economic crisis, has basically caused a global economic crisis. And I think with the anxiety that has come from all of that and the personal tragedy to so many of us through friends and family that we have lost to the tragedy, is felt and is one that we at Meta also share. And we want to make sure that we can support in whatever way to help in the recovery of businesses, particularly, which support a huge number of livelihoods of people within our communities, to see how they can again be able to go back and thrive within their business, particularly using the online space. So as countries are putting in efforts to come out of the pandemic, on the side of Meta, we are looking at how we can enable those efforts. So working together with ministries such as that of His Excellency, Mr. Isse, it's helping us to make sure that we identify the right target groups and can land this information with the right groups of people. We think that there is still a huge opportunity even within Somalia to have a considerable shift to use of the online space. And that, you know, we think that there is still a huge potential for commerce to accelerate using online tools, because we are seeing more people spending time online, especially now when they're not able to move around as freely as previously, again, because of the pandemic. So because businesses need to be online too, we are thinking about how do we make sure that the businesses can be online and be online in a way that is effective and helps them to achieve the goals that they desire. So a lot of companies are coming on for the first time, not even having ever set up a website. We're teaching them how to do basic things like that, and then how to make sure that they use social media tools and to improve the traffic to those websites, for example. So lastly, I think I just want to wind up my remarks so I can leave a lot of room for the training itself. We think for businesses that are struggling, we are sharing a lot of resources also about what we think will be helpful to know in this time. One such piece of information is, for example, the global state of small business research that we did with the OECD and the World Bank, which painted a very sobering picture of what was happening with SMBs, particularly during this time of the pandemic. But we are exploring other opportunities to land information that is helpful for businesses to know in regards to how to survive during this time and do better. So I don't think I want to go into any further details. I don't want to take away from the time that we have set aside for this engagement. I'm hoping that everybody that has made time to be here this morning, all the way from the clear show of commitment and support from the top level, represented by Mr. Isse, is to thank you all for making time this morning. We hope you'll find this session really helpful and insightful. Please feel free to make it as interactive as possible. If you have questions, feel free to point out those questions. You'll be guided accordingly by the WILD team that are running this session on how to go about that. But we, as Meta, we are simply in the business of small business, and we keep listening to you and building for what you need. So please feel free to flag to us anything that you think might be useful for us to consider around future efforts, and also how we can collaborate with you more for the betterment of the business environment within Somalia. So thank you so much, and looking forward to hearing your feedback. But more importantly, I hope you find the sessions very useful. Thank you so much, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Over to you.
Thank you, Mercy. Maybe I can invite the interpreter to interpret before I invite the representative from the digital shelter. Ayan, would you like to interpret, or I invite Abdi Fatah?
I think Abdi Fatah can do it. Abdi Fatah, can you try?
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you, Ayan. Abdi Fatah, are you there? Kindly, if you can.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much, Cynthia and Mercy, and also Agasim Ibrahim. Saaxiibayaal, runtii dhammaantiin waxaan umaleynaa wada fahansannahay, waana ka daragsanahay. Waxay noo sheegeen so far maxaa la dhahaa Mercy oo ka socotay Facebook ama Meta, iyo agaasimaha waaxda maxaa la yiraahdaa small businesska maxaa la yiraahdaa Soomaaliya, iyo wasaaradda maxaa la yiraahdaa ganacsiga Soomaaliya. Marka muhiimadda waxa waaye maadaama aan maartay nahna community maxaa la yiraahdaa internetka isticmaalayso baraha bulshadana maartay ku jirto inaan ka faa'iideysano maxaa la dhahaa social mediaha fursadana aan iska luminin tools badan lagu baran doonaa insha Allah. Waxay ka bacdi waxa bilaaban doonto maxaa la yiraahdaa webinarka saxda ah. Marka wixii su'aala marka oo maxaa la dhahaa loo baahdo waxaad maartay soo dhigi kartaan qaybta Q&A-ga si maartay loo address gareeyo. Marka qof walba waxa wada English ku soo qori kartid fine, si maartay dadka facilitatorska maadaama English ku hadlayaan ay u fahmaan. Haddii kalena dib ma lahan Soomaali ku soo dhig, annaga ayaa maartay caawin doono oo English ka dhigi doono. Marka waqti badan marba inaan sii cuno waa maartay sii wadanayna. Thank you, Cynthia, and I just make brief interpretation for what was said so far. I think we can keep going.
Okay, thank you for that, Abdi Fatah. Right now, I'd like to invite Ayan Khalif from Digital Shelter to give her opening remarks.
Thank you, Cynthia, and hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Ayan Khalif. I am one of the co-founders of Digital Shelter. Before I start my introduction on what Digital Shelter does, I would like to extend my gratitude and thanks to the team from Facebook, or as we call them now, Meta. I want to also thank the team WILD International for putting together this much needed training, and for also putting them time and energy in making sure that this happens. I also want to thank Mr. Ibrahim Issa for his never-ending support when it comes to SMEs and when it comes to small-scale startups or entrepreneurs, for always being there and for always making time for attending such events. I want to thank our very energetic trainer. I'm already enjoying it before he even starts the training. I'm already feeling his vibe and energy. So I'm sure that this training is going to be one that we enjoy. I also want to thank our esteemed and our esteemed participants for attending and for making time for this training. To give a brief introduction on who Digital Shelter is and what Digital Shelter does. In short, we call ourselves DS. And Digital Shelter is a platform or a small initiative whereby we deal with or talk about everything that has to do with the internet, especially when it comes to Somalia. So we basically focus on 5 main areas, if I'm not wrong. The first one, which is what we are here today for, digital literacy training on how we can take advantage of the internet. This is whereby we work on equipping the youth with the needs of digital skills in this era of everything internet, especially even after the COVID-19 pandemic. And another thing that we focus is promoting digital safety. One way we improve on digital safety and responding to digital attacks against activists, journalists, bloggers, and social media activists by equipping them or giving them capacity building trainings on advanced digital tools that is required to protect themselves from the growing online attacks. Another area that we focus is advocating for digital rights. As DS, we believe that the rights on the internet, when it comes to being on the internet, is just an extension of the traditional human rights like freedom of expression and the rights to privacy. Another area is that we focus in digital inclusion, and we usually say Somalia has the cheapest internet, which is $1. Is it really that's cheap because people have different when it comes to attending getting finances, they have different backgrounds. There are some families that cannot afford that $1 that we are calling it very cheap. So our key priority is to build digital inclusive society in Somalia through capacity building programs to ensure that the most underprivileged groups in our communities, such as women and youth, have access to these skills and can use the information and communication technologies, are therefore able to participate and benefit from the today growing online information society. Another area that we also mainly focus on is fighting for internet freedom. We advocate for absolute internet freedom, whereby digital rights of the citizens are protected. We fight for freedom of information, including the rights of internet access and the freedom of internet censorship. And with that, I will say that is the main areas that usually Digital Shelter focuses on. If I just give it a brief introduction in Somali for our participants, and dhammaantiin waa mahadsantiin, waxaa rabaa inaan ii mahad celiyo kasoo qaybgalayaasha sida wanaagsan aa usoo qayb gashaan, aa fursada noo siisan, aana u rabtiin inaa u faa'iidaysteen fursadaniit maadaama aa badankiin aad tihiin ganacsato yar. And Digital Shelter waxaan focuska badanaa saarnaa Soomaali se u faa'iidaysan karnaa internetkan aan dhahayna waa very cheap, ama waxaa dhahayna adduunku waa ka liid garaynayna, Africa waa ka liid garaynayna, second kasoo galeen sida u faa'iidaysan karnaa. Anaka badanaa focuska waxaa saarnaa digital literacy training, ama wax loo aqaano fahamka teknolojiyada ama aqoonta digitalka, si awood loo siiyo dhalinyarada ama ganacsatada dhinaca isticmaalka aqoonta casriga iyo teknolojiyada isgaarsiinta. Taas waa mid aan focuska saarno, waa mid maanta tababarkan halkan u joogno. Aan waxaan rajaynaa inaad aad ugu faa'iidaysan doontiin, aana la wadaagi doontiin asxaabteena kale. Anaka teeda kale focuska badanaa waxaa saarnaa haddaan Soomaalina caqabado badan ayaan ku qabnaa dhinaca internetka. Dad badan ayaa ka cabsoonaya, dhibaatooyin badana loo geystaa. Marka waxyaalahan camal se u dheeraan karnaa ama se ula dagaaltami karnaa, waxaasa ugu badan waxay Digital Shelter focus ka saarta. Marka kuma sii dheeraanaya maadaama waqtigan haya aan tababarkeena aragno in 4 saac noo bilaamada. Mar kale iyo mar saddexaad waan soo dhawaajinaa, aad u mahadsantiin. With that, I hand over to Cynthia. Thank you so much and welcome, and I hope you enjoy this training.
Thank you, Ayan, for the opening remarks. Thank you. Helen, would you like to say a word before I invite our CEO from Wild International to give his opening remarks? Helen?
Hi, Cynthia. Nothing. I think Mercy represented us well. So whatever we wanted to say about from Meta is done from Mercy. But thank you very much for everyone.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay. So just give me a minute. Our CEO will be joining shortly. Thank you so much for the opening remarks. Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim and Mercy Ndegwa from Meta, and also for Ayan from the Digital Shelter, and for our amazing, amazing participants. And I'm also looking forward to a very insightful session. Thank you so much. Steve, your energy is it's amazing. Yes, looking forward to that, and looking forward to learning more about the Boost with Facebook, Meta Boost. Oh, okay. Yes, now there's a request. Maybe we can switch on our videos and we can take a picture. Since it's a virtual conference, if you were in person, would actually take the pictures. Now, this is the in thing. This is how people are taking pictures.
Cynthia.
Yes.
It is saying that you cannot start your video. I don't know if you can.
To start video, okay. I will ask the technical team to assist with that.
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay,
now
that's
it's good.
Your Excellency, Mr. Ibrahim, you can switch on your video. Our CEO has also joined in. Maybe we can invite him before we take the group selfie picture. Chris is our CEO from Wild International. Chris, you can give your opening remarks on behalf of Wild International before we take a selfie, a virtual selfie.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be here. Let me acknowledge the presence of our hosts, together with our sponsors, Facebook. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here to just officially open this Facebook training that is being done online with the entrepreneurs who are in Somali. Indeed, this is a testament that technology can work and technology will work to ensure that businesses thrive. the life, the way we used to live in the past and the way we live today has transformed and changed. And young people are being encouraged to adopt digital tools to be able to connect with their customers, to be able to engage with their clients, and to be able to sell their goods and services. And we are seeing a borderless world. We are seeing a flat world that is being made possible by technology, that is being made possible by platforms such as Facebook. And so for us, this journey of training thousands of entrepreneurs across East Africa is a journey that we are proud to take in partnership with Facebook and the government of Somalia. And so let me not say much because the learners are eager to engage. Let me say asante sana to our sponsors and asante sana to the minister. Thank you, and learners, get ready to learn. Over.
Thank you, Chris. I can invite Abdifata to give the interpretation, just a summary, and then we take the virtual selfie, and I will hand it over to Steve to take it away.
Thank you, Cynthia. And asxaabay runtii waa maaragtay protocol waaye in markastoo English lagu hadlo xoogaa yar maaragtay Somali laga dhigo. Laakiin waxaan dareemayaa inaan dhammaantiin tihiin dad jaamiciyiin oo fahmi karo luqadda. Kaliya maaragtay waxa hadda aan sameynayno waa introduction-kii, waa open remarks-kii. Wixii hadda ka dambeeyo baa maaragtay workshop-kii toos noogu bilaabanaya marka dulqaata. Maxaa la yiraahdaa si fiicanna maaragtay aan uga faa'iidaysano. Marka aad u mahadsantihiin. Thank you, Cynthia. We can go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, now the moment that we've all been waiting for. So I will ask the technical support team to kindly assist us in taking the pictures, and then we'll be able to share it with our partners and stakeholders. Thank you. So we can all smile. So in the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, we can say cheese. We can say, what else do we say? We're happy. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Maybe we can take another and take 2, just in case for those who didn't smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Great, fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for that. This is amazing. Looking forward to a very insightful session. Thank you so much, the government of Somalia. Thank you, Meta. Thank you, Digital Shelter, for giving us this opportunity to collaborate and also to equip the learners on how to use other social media to grow the business. And looking forward to an amazing success stories. And Steve, your energy, you need to tell us, what is that you're sipping? Does it have a lot of glucose? Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Steve. And
great, thank you, Cynthia. Super excited. Thank you all. It's been amazing listening to you, Mr. Ibrahim, Ayan, and of course, Marcin Dego from Facebook. And something Marcy mentioned about Global State of Business report. I've just shared a link there. Please check it out. It's a really, really good report. It gives you a report of just how businesses are faring. The last one in September, they were highlighting women-led businesses. So I think for you, DS, this fits in, and also minority-led businesses. And there's a section there of Sub-Saharan Africa and how businesses are performing amidst the pandemic and how businesses are recovering. And as she mentioned, one way that Meta is supporting is through these boosted Facebook trainings that are absolutely free for you. And it is our hope that by the end of this, we will have been equipped with tools to help you grow your business. Very quickly, before we start, I don't want to make any assumptions. I just want to launch a quick poll here, sort of get the feel. Do you have a Facebook business page for your business? Please participate. As many of us can participate, please go ahead and participate and let us know if you have a Facebook page, because to let us know where we need to start, it will give us sort of a feel of where we are on this. Please go ahead and vote, as many of you as can participate in this. The question is, it should be on your screens, do you have a Facebook business page for your business? Great, I can see about About 38% of us have participated. Please, let's try and push that so we have a fair representation of those joining us. So far, we are at, in case you're wondering, we are at 67% of you are saying yes, 33% of you are saying no. If you don't know, if you don't know, it's probably a no. If you're not sure, it's probably a no. So please participate. Do you have a Facebook page for your business? Please go ahead and participate and let me know. So it'll let us know where to start from. Mohammed, I see your answer. Thank you on the chat. If you could participate on the poll as well, Sadia as well, please participate on the poll. It should be on your screens. And let me know if it's not. Someone from support can help you out with it. Okay, great. We have 55% of us have participated, and I think we have a fair representation. We have 63% saying they do have a Facebook page. About 37% of you are saying they do not have. You can see that on your screens. So thank you all for participating. What then that means is, I think the best place for me to start is at the basics, and we don't call them basics here, we call them foundation, okay? So the foundational level of how then do you go ahead and build your presence online? How do you go ahead and build your Facebook page? And how I'll work is I'll be going about 3 or 2 slides or so, and then I'll be handing over to Abdifata to translate. Abdifata, if that's okay with you, we can proceed. So just to repeat, we are going to start with the foundations of how do you put together your business page. Before we go to the exciting things, and Mercy did mention that one of the things you're trying, one of the things that we'll be looking at today is how to put together engaging content, yeah? How to put together posts that will give you engagement, posts that will drive your business and grow your business. But we can't do that if we do not have the right platform, in a sense. So, and the right platform here is a Facebook business page, and it's what we're going to be looking at on how to put that together, because it is a way of you to bring your to build your presence online. For those of you who probably joined a bit late, my name is Stephen Miner. I will be your facilitator for today. I am a facilitator here with Wild International. Super excited to be doing this with you. We have been waiting for this session. Great. I think Facebook Meta, or rather Facebook as an app, does not need any introduction. You know, it gives you that ability to target people where they are. And I was just going through DS, and I was just going through your profile and your audience, and I can tell a lot are younger audiences. And one of the things I like, if this was an in-person training, one of the things I like asking is how many have watched the news, maybe for an hour or 2 hours, in the last 2 or 3 days. And then I ask how many have been online for an hour in the last 1 day, and by far it is always more people who are online. And that is how the trend is going, and as has been iterated earlier now in the opening remarks by our various speakers. Now more than ever, now post-pandemic, a lot of businesses are choosing to be online. And speaking of a lot of people, 1.6 billion people, these are the numbers as of 2018, are connected to small businesses. So these are not the number of people on Facebook. The number of people on Facebook, I think the latest numbers as of October this year was 2.91 billion of what they call MAUs, monthly active users. But in terms of small businesses, people connected, it's 1.6 billion. Abdifata, I will invite you when we get to talking about the actual Facebook. So these are just some numbers I'm going through in a sense. And an interesting statistic here when you consider Facebook, that 2 out of every 3 people that were polled at this time in 2018 say they visit a local business page at least once a week. And this is huge, because this means that your businesses, I had a look at some of your businesses, and I'll be looking at some of them a bit later. I had a look at some of your business pages, Facebook pages. It means that people are actually visiting your pages, local Somalis are visiting your pages, 2 out of every 3 users. And that, again, I think emphasizes the importance of ensuring your Facebook page is set up, and not just set up correctly using the best practices. Abifata, I'll invite you to just translate this one for me. I think it's an important one before we move on.
And thank you, Stephen. And I think most of the attendees in this call are university graduates, and I really believe that they understood or understand this conversation very well. But for those who don't understand, I will make quick translation. So asxaabay waxaa la isweydiiyey poll ala soo bandhigay ama maaragtay cod aruurin oo aad aragteen in maaragtay Facebook page mee qof leh waxaa maaragtay soo baxday in almost 63% ay kusoo jawaabeen inay Facebook page ay leeyihiin, which is something oo wax maaragtay aad u wanaagsan. Waxaa marka noo sheegay facilitatorka inay muhiim tahay in sheekada laga bilaabo sidee maaragtay businesskiina ama xogtiina ugu gudbi kartiin social mediaha posts fiican loo samayn karaa. Marka waxyaabaha marka ajiibka leh waxaa kamid ahayd oo soo bandhigay statisticska in ka badan 1.6 bilyan oo business oo small business ay ku xiran yihiin Facebook. Macnaha Facebook waxaa ka furan in ka badan 1.6 bilyan oo small businesses ah. I bet in kuwiin ay ku jiraan. Sidoo kale wuxuu noo sheegay facilitatorka slide-kan meesha saaran in 3 qof 2 qofood ka mid ah inay booqato pageska oo maxaa la yiraahdaa Facebook. Taas macnaheedu marka waxaa waaye fursad fiican ah waxa u haysatiin as entrepreneurs inaad maaragtay businesskiina ku promote gareysaan internetka. Marka ilaa hadda intaas saamaynaa marka aad u mahadsantiin. Stephen, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Abifata, and thank you for letting me know about that. So maybe then we'll do it a bit differently. I'll be covering a bit more slides and then invite you to sort of give a summary, if that's okay, since most of our audience today are English speaking. Sounds good?
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic. Let's move on. So, speaking of users, and again, not to bore you with these numbers, we're looking at the numbers to really drive home the point that people are on these platforms. I think, there's always chatter about, people have left Facebook and gone to so-and-so platforms. That is far from the truth. People are using Facebook and the numbers keep growing. I told you earlier, the latest numbers are about 2.9 billion. And if you consider the Facebook family of apps, it's even a bigger number, I think 3.5 or 3.2 billion. And 8 billion messages are sent between people and businesses. That's a big one, yeah? So not just people to people and businesses. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I hear this number, imagine the deals that were closed. Imagine the quotes that were sent. Imagine the new customers that were received or were gotten from these charts. So it's just a way to emphasize that indeed Facebook is being used by large numbers, okay? So let's jump in. How then do you create a Facebook business page? And this is especially for you, 37% or so who said they do not have a Facebook page. So my hope is at the end of the next couple of slides, you will be able to create your Facebook page. In fact, my hope is that maybe before the next training, which is in a couple of days, you should have already at least gotten the hang of it and created your Facebook page. And please let us know. So if you create your Facebook page as a result of this training, please, communicate to the DS team, and would love to know if you are a beneficiary and you've actually done that following this training. Fantastic. So Facebook gives you 3 ways to sort of establish your presence online. The first is a profile. We all know that one. It is, Steve who lives in such and such a place, is in such and such a relationship, and there are always many, and so on and so forth. So a profile is a way for you to connect with, your friends, your family, your colleagues, a few colleagues here and there. But that's a profile, and I'm guessing most of us should be on that space. Now, it is from a profile that you are then able to create a page. So just the emphasis there that you need a profile to create a Facebook business page. Okay, now I can already hear maybe 1 or 2 people saying, I don't want people to know that this is my page. I don't want people to know I'm the one who's created this page. Facebook does a fantastic thing in terms of protecting your privacy, in terms of you opening your Facebook page. So in a sense, no one will know that, Steve is the owner of this page. So, just for you to know that your privacy and your identity is sort of protected when you open a Facebook business page. So go ahead and do that. So no one will know sort of, when you reply to your comments, when you reply to the messages, in a sense, people won't know it is you as an individual. Rather, they'll see the Facebook page that you are using for your business, okay? The third way that Facebook gives you presence, so the first way is your profile, the second way is your page, the third way is a Facebook group, okay? So, sorry, a Facebook group. So groups are great, and I'm sure most of you are in groups. I am in a couple of groups. One of the groups I am in is a running group, and we share all our stories about running. And I'm sure many of you are in so many groups. We have travel groups, we have cooking groups, we have, especially for DS, I'm sure many of you are in a lot of tech groups as well. And groups are great, because groups give you sort of this closed space, an intimate space to have conversations around a particular topic. And the beauty here is that a couple of years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, Facebook now allows you as a page to join a group. And that's huge, and that's big, because now rather than joining a page as an individual, which is still an option, you can now join a Facebook group as a page, which is great, because that gives you the ability, for example, if you are a business that is in the travel space, you are able as a page to join a group of people who love traveling, and in that space, in that group, you're able to sell your services or talk about travel. The other cool thing is that you as a Facebook page are now able to create your own Facebook group, which is huge, because imagine the number of pages or rather groups that you could open as a page and drive conversations and eventually drive businesses from that group. So I just want to go over those 3 ways that Facebook gives you a presence on. We're actually going to be looking at groups in a bit more detail a bit later, so hang around for that. Great, so let's jump into how then do you create a Facebook page. So it starts by you joining into your own profile. Now this example is using a laptop or a desktop, which is a great one because it gives you just a bit more real estate, a bit more space for you to play around with. However, you can create a Facebook page right from your mobile phone, and it is possible to do that. And the steps are pretty similar to what I will share. So you're going to click on the plus icon at the top right of your profile, and you're going to look for the page button. So that's what you're going to click, and it's going to bring you sort of this blank canvas for you to go ahead. So the first thing it's going to ask is your page name. Now, when you're putting together your page name, please remember to put a name. If you already have a registered business, it's easy because it's just going to be your business name. If you still don't have your business name registered and you create your Facebook page now first, remember to put together a name that is easy to remember, a name that communicates what it is that you do as a business. And then Facebook gives you an opportunity to put your category. Now you can put up to 3 categories for your business. And the first category you select is going to be shown below your Facebook name. And I'll show you practically how that looks like. And then you jump in and put in your description. Now, again, here you want to be careful because the description really should be what your business is about. So, whatever your business is about, go in and put a brief description of what that business is about. And that's it, in terms of at least the text area. That's pretty much it. Those 3 steps for you are all that you need to put together your page, at least from that standpoint. And then now we go on to the branding of the page, which is my favorite because, now it gives you an opportunity to sort of visually create, that visually attractive and captivating image. The first one that you're given an option to is your profile photo. Now, your profile picture is a small image that appears on the left-hand side of your page. We will look at it practically. And Facebook's best practice is reserving that for your logo. So if you have a business logo, that is the preferred place for it to add. Now, why it is important is because you need that image appears alongside any comment and any post that you make. That's what people will see. So you want to reserve that to your logo. If you don't have a logo, a close-up photo of what you do should work. But just to remind you that this image is going to be appear really small, especially if people are browsing on their phone. So you don't want a super detailed image for that. The other thing that Facebook gives you, the other image that Facebook gives you an opportunity to brand is what you call the cover photo. Now, the cover photo is, if you can imagine with me, you are given an opportunity to put together a billboard, a billboard maybe right in the middle of Mogadishu or whatever town, or Lido Beach, as we're looking at, which is pretty popular with a lot of Somalis. And you're given by the ministry this opportunity to put together a billboard for your business there. Now, many of you, you would agree with me, will put the best image of your business, whether it is what your business sells, whether it is a very visually captivating image of what your business is about. And it's the same thing, guys. This cover photo, consider it as your own personal billboard, okay? So think through it in terms of what it is that you want to put. We prefer, or rather, the best practice is less text and more visual, okay? So put as little text as possible. Of course, you can put in your phone number, you can put a little bit about what your business does, but you want it to be visual first. We're going to talk about Instagram, and Instagram is all about visual first. We're going to talk about that in detail, but it is here on Facebook cover photo because it's a first thing that people see when they log on to your Facebook business page, okay? So please make it as captivating as possible, okay? And then that's it. You can see the statistic there, or rather the note there is that pages with a profile picture and a cover photo tends to get more likes and more visits for your business. So that's a cover photo up there. That's what you're talking about. And the little image on the bottom left is the profile photo for your business. And in a sense, that's it when it comes to putting together your Facebook business page. So I hope for the 37% or so who had said they do not have a Facebook page, I hope that quick sort of summary is you're able to create a Facebook page. And I'm going to invite Abdifata to give a quick summary of what I've talked about. And in the meantime, for those of you who had said they do not have a Facebook page, just by a show of hands, are you able to now create your Facebook business page? Please let us know. Abdifata, you can give a summary of that.
And thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you so much. And that's a lot to cover, and I will try to make it short. And saxaabay waxaan noo sheegay slides waa arkayseen in 8 billion oo message ay isdhaafsadaan businesseska iyo waxa la yiraahdo maxaa la dhahaa iyo bulshada bil kasto 8 billion oo message waxay isdhaafsadaan not people to people ma ahan waa business to people 8 billion messages, which is a huge number. Waa number aad weyn waaye. Sidoo kale waxa maaragtay Stephen noo sheegay maadaama 37% dhalinyarada maaragtay ama callkan ku jirto ay sheegeen inaysan lahayn wax Facebook page ah. Please waa fudud yahay, isku day inaad samaysatiin Facebook page. Haddana waana dul marsiiyay hadda aragteen. Waxaan ka codsanaynaa marka hadday suurtagal tahay intaan la gaarin sessionka kale oo ah isbuuca kala soo socdo maalinta Isniinta ah in 37% hadda dhaxday ma samaysano ama ma haysano Facebook page inaad samaysataan. Haddaad samaysatidna noo soo sheeg as a DS team si maaragtay aan ugu darsano success story ahaan. Waxyaabaha kale oo ka hadlay waxaa kamid Stephen 3 qaabaa Facebook wax looga samaystaa. Kow inaad profile leedahay, dhammaantiin waa wada leenahay say la tahay. qof kasta Facebook sameeyo profile inuu leeyahay oo shakhsi ah labo page ka samaysan kartaa which is wax hadda aan ka hadlayno waa page-kaas saddex groupna waa samayn kartaa saddexdaas qaab wax looga samayn karaa Facebook sidoo kale waxaa maaragtay uu ka hadlay Stephen sharaxaadiisa in maxaa la yiraahdaa ana xataa ugu cusub tahay runtii in qofka page-ka iska leh ama page-kaaga inuu ku beeri karo group ana waxa ogaan jiray waagi hore profile leedahay group oo ku beeri kartaa laakiin page oo group ku beeri karo runtii ana xataa waxyaabaha ka bartay kamid tahay kolkan waxyaabaha kale uu maaragtay sheegay waxa kamid ah inaad samayn kartid group oo page-kaaga ah tusaalahan page aa leedahay oo business ah group ahaan u samayn kartaa ay laftirkeeda ugu cusub tahay kabacdi wuxuu sameeyay Stephen hadda aragteen steps lagu samaynayo page-ka waxyaabaha marka muhiimka ah waxa waaye inaad magac fiican u bixisid page-ka meelaha ugu badan dhalinyaradeena Soomaalida iyo maartay waxa waaye page oo magac maartay oo aan fiicnayn ay samaysanayaan sidoo kale description-ka waa inaad description fiican siisid oo aad qeexid waxa ka hadlaysid salaana hadda food ka hadlaysid food waa inaad sheegto waxa la waxa sameynaysid sidoo kale category fiican waa inaad doortid waxyaabaha kale oo muhiimka waxa kamid ah inaad business-kaaga ama page-kaaga aad siisid logo iyo cover photo ama sawir maartay cover ah wuxuu noo sheegay statistics in tilmaamayso in pages-ka leh cover iyo profile logo fiican inay ka likes badan yihiin dadkana ay kaga soo xiritaan badan yihiin kuwa aan lahayn marka asxaabi intaas inoo maraysaa aad u mahadsantiin haddii lacala oo u baahantiin service intaan ka sii dheeraad ah dibadda baan iskala soo shirkeyn doonaa Stephen you can go ahead.
Thank you, Abdifata. And just to let them know, I've posted a link from Facebook, which is a very detailed breakdown of how to create your Facebook page. So please, also maybe just a quick note, you can direct them to that as well.
waxa hadda uu Stephen soo dhigay chat-ka maxaa la yiraahdaa linki uu ku macnaha sharaxayo step by step ama talaabo u sharaxayo sida maaragtay loo sameeyo page-ka marka fadlan ku dhufta linkigaas annagana waa idin save gareynaa later on grouping ku soo direynaa marka linkigaas qofkii fiirsado page dhan wuu sameyn karaa Stephen you can go ahead.
Thank you Abdifata. So just to sort of maybe we should have done this from the beginning. My apologies. Just to give you a sort of a lay of the land, what we're going to do is that we're actually going to start with tools for your business. But because a number of you did not have a Facebook page, we sort of started with how to create a Facebook page. So we're going to look at how to discover some of the tools. Once you have a Facebook page, what are some of the tools you can use to maximize your business and to maximize your to leverage on Facebook and some of the tools they offer. And then after that, we're going to look at how to look at page insights. Now, insights are, in a sense, looking under the hood of sort of to see the numbers and who is liking your content and who is going over your content. And then we're going to have a break in about maybe 30 or so minutes. And then when we come from break, we're going to look at WhatsApp business. And after WhatsApp, we're going to look at Instagram for your business, and then we're going to end up with WhatsApp business towards the end. Sorry, Abdifata, please just let them know that's sort of the program. So we're going to look at tools, insights, and then take a break, come back and look at Instagram, and then we're going to look at WhatsApp business. And again, if you have any questions, please put your questions in the Q&A sector. I can see there's one that Abdifata, I might need translation with a bit later. But please put your questions in the Q&A tab. If you want to put it in Somali, it's fine. We're going to get the translation from Abdifata. Abdifata, quickly, maybe if you could translate that for me, please.
Thank you, Stephen. أصحابي Stephen حنو شيء طبعا واضح المامي وحيد إن أنا شغل أجندها برنامجك مدام مركز حوجا مارتي introduction يوحبنا عن كلامي حيابها مركز كفكرين دونه حكم إذا أمد لقى حد دونه كورت tools كلا استعماله سي ماركتي business كلوجو بروموت كراي إنترنت كا وحال لقى حد دونه واحدة page insights لما أنتي موضوع نقانا أنت page كله طبعا page ك qof kasto waxa uu leeyahay qayb karo dadka ka arkaan iyo qayb gudaha ah oo dashboard ah oo leeyahay insights oo qofku uu ka arki karo mee qofooda like saartay mee qofoodu gaaray marka meelahaas waa meelaha ugu badan oo tricky waaye waxa loo baahan yahay in si fiican iska fiilisaan taasna waa laga hadli doonaa break yaraan qaadan doonaa marka oo maybe 5 minutes ah qof kasta marka login oo hanaya ka bixiyeen zoom-ka sababtoo ah hadaa ka bixiyay solaashiis waa taanaysa break ka bacdi waxa qaadan doonaa Instagram ay laftiga waxba laga dhigi doonaa sidoo kale WhatsApp kana waxba laga dhigi doonaa sidoo kale wuxuu noo sheegay Stephen in maaragtay su'aalaha la soo weydiiyo dhib ma lahan qof alla qofkii rabo hadduu English ah kusoo weydiin karto kusoo weydii qaybta Q&A-ga haddaadan English kusoo weydiin karto Soomaali soo dhig annaga translate gareynayno marka aad u mahadsantiin Stephen.
Great. And also when you come from break, you remember I'd said I'd looked at some of your businesses. I have Bella Books here to look at, Sosda Academy. I have Royal Collection online store. I have Dog Don and IFP and a couple of other businesses. I will be looking at your Facebook pages based on what we have learned when we come from break. So hang on for that and look out for that when you come from break. But let's jump right in. So, you know, you have your Facebook page set up, at least for those who have already set up. For those who have not set up, I hope now that you are able to set up with what you have looked at and the link that I've shared. So then, how then do you move on from, you know, setting up your Facebook page and maximizing and utilizing the most from it? I think the first thing to start with is posts on Facebook. Mercy did mention that one of the things that are crucial to your business is putting together posts that are engaging, posts that grab the attention of your audience. Again, here, I always like reminding entrepreneurs, you're competing with so many people for the attention of your customers, okay? You're competing with your own business competitors. You're competing with other businesses that are not necessarily selling what you're selling, but they're also seeking the attention of your customer. You're competing with politicians, you know, and news in general. You're competing with entertainment and entertainers and friends and family, of course. So the idea here is that when you're putting together your post, you want to put a post that grabs the attention of those who are looking at. Remember, as you're looking at your post, I don't know about you, but when I get my phone, I quickly scroll through the phone and only stop when I see something that grabs your attention. So then how do you put, and that in a sense is the power of posting something that is creative. How then do you put content that captures the attention of your audience? And these are some best practices that Facebook shares with us. What are some of the best practices when it comes together to put in your post? Now, the first thing is using photos that grab the attention of your audience. Now, as I was saying, I don't know about you, but when I'm scrolling on my phone, what grabs my attention first, what I stop at when I'm using my phone is the photo. So, you know, I'll be scrolling, and if I see a photo that grabs my attention, then I stop, okay? Then after, you know, then only after is when I read the caption of what the photo is about. And I know many of you are like that. So then what are we saying? We're saying that the first thing that you need to ensure is that you're using high quality creatives. Now, a bit about high quality creatives. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to bring in a professional photographer to take a photo. You know, these days with your mobile phone, you can grab some amazing content and you can put together some good posts. And Facebook, you know, gives you also, and especially Instagram, gives you the ability to filter your photos in a way. And most smartphones now will also give you that ability. So that's where you start. You know, use a photo that grabs the attention and that is high quality. The next step is making your posts actionable. What do you mean by this? Is making a post, when I read your post, is there any action that it is telling me to take? Now, the action here could be varied, yeah? It could be, for example, you know, share this with someone you know who might want to read this. It could be comment below. You know, it could be a question you're asking and telling people, hey, you know, comment below. You know, comment below if you agree with this or something of that nature. It could be call this number. So if there's something you're selling, you know, I was just looking at Bella Books and what it is that you do, and a lot of your posts I can tell are very actionable, and we'll be looking at that after the break. Is call this number. You know, hey, we are selling these amazing books. You know, or we're offering this amazing academy. I was looking at Sosda Academy. We're offering these amazing, you know, internet courses. Call this number to find out more. That's making the post actionable. You could tell them to call. You could tell them to send you an inbox, to WhatsApp you, and so on and so forth. And Facebook does a great job in helping you make your post actionable. We're going to look at what we call CTA, call to action buttons, in a few. And this is sort of further helps you making your post actionable. The last thing, or rather the third thing, is that knowing who your audience is. Now, the next, in a couple of days, in part 2 of our training, we're going to be looking at how to understand your audience, how to put together what they call a digital strategy, or rather a digital strategy for your business. We're going to go in depth. We're going to look at digital strategy for your business. Not today. I think the next training, Cynthia will inform. It's in a few days. We're going to look at how to put together a digital strategy and how to put together ads. Now, a core part of the digital strategy is understanding your audience very well. So knowing who are my audience, is it more women? Is it more men? What are their ages? Where are they based? Are they based maybe in a part of Somali? Are they based beyond Somali? So that's a big part in a digital strategy. We're going to look at that in a few days. But for today, for you, what you need to know is that if you want to put together engaging posts, is number one, put together high quality creatives, and that's the photo. Make your post actionable and know your audience and how to engage with them. And in a sense, that's it. The other thing that, after those three, the fourth item is keeping your posts simple. Now, going back to the point that I was making earlier, that you're competing for the attention of your audience with so many people, okay? The shorter and the shorter and the more brief your posts are, the higher the chance of them getting fully read, okay? So, put together a post that is straight to the point. If you're telling people to visit your website, if you're telling people to, share this post or whatever it is, make it short, but make it attractive, because you want to make it as easy to read as possible. The fifth thing in putting together best practice is pinning posts that are significant. How do you pin a post? We're going to look at that in a few. But in a sense, when you pin a post, it means that the post will be the first post that people see when they visit your page, even if you post another post after that. Let me clarify. Say, for example, this week, a lot of sales, I don't know about you in Somali, but a lot of businesses here are gearing up for Black Friday. Yeah? So, Black Friday is coming, and a lot of discounts are going to be given by a lot of these online businesses, okay? And I am I look out for those discounts, okay? So if you have a Black Friday sale and you want to tell people, hey, this Friday, there's gonna be Black Friday, you might want to pin that post. So if I post today and say, Black Friday is this Friday, we're gonna have up to 50% discounts, okay? Now, if I pin that post, if tomorrow I go and put a post and say, hey, happy Tuesday, remember we offer free deliveries for our products. Now, if I post tomorrow and I've pinned today's post, that post will go below tomorrow's post will go below what I've pinned, okay? And so on and so forth. So the Monday post that I will pin today will remain on top, even if I post another post, even today or tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. So in a sense, when people come to my page, they will see the post that I put up today on Monday on the page. And it's a great way if you don't want people to miss out on something that is important for your business. Last but not least is like and respond to comments. I know this is something that many businesses sometimes don't feel comfortable doing because some of the comments sometimes may not, in a sense, be comments related to the business or comments that you've already expounded on the post. So please go ahead and post or rather and respond to as many comments as possible if you can. Abifata, if you could quickly just summarize for me these 6 points, because I think they're important before we move on, that would be great for us. Just a quick summary. Then we can proceed.
Thank you, Stephen. أصحابي waxaa laga sheekeynaya hadda waxa la yiraahdo best practices for Facebook post ama talaabooyinka ugu fiican ee la sameyn karo si boostiga Facebook looga dhigo mid macno leh waxa ogtiin page la soo sameeyay hadda sida loo sameeyo waa aragteen in sawir la soo saaro profile cover fiican maxaa marka ku xigo waxa waaye inaad boost sameeyso Soomaan dhamaantiin waa boost waa sameynaa soo marka boost la sameynayo boost ma sameynay boostiga aad sameynayso wuxuu noqonayaa mid macno leh waa inuu noqdaa mid macno leh sababtu waxay tahay dhammaantiin business kasta wuxuu ku jiraa tartan business kasta wuxuu leeyahay competitors badan uu leeyahay si marka competitorskaas aad macno uga yeelatid oo businesskaaga uu noqdo mid hogaaminayo suuqa ama sectorka aad ku jirtid waa in page-kaaga iyo social media boostida aad sameynaysid ay noqdaan kuwa soo jiidasho leh marka waxaa laga hadlay marka qodobada la soo jiidanaa oo macnaha soo jiidashada sameynayo qodobka koowaad waxaa la dhahay waxaa isticmaashaa wax la yiraahdo high quality creative oo macnaheedu yahay waxaa isticmaashaa sawirro macno leh sawirro attractive ah oo soo jiidasho leh sawirro macnaha qofka markuu arko uu soo gudbi karin dhamaanteena waa nahan Stephen Xudsaa soo qaato wuxuu dhahay markii scroll aan sameynayo social Facebooka scroll iska wada ilaa markii dambe aan arko post oo sawir fiican ku attach gareysan yahay waana sax waay marka sawirro inaad u sameysaan number 2 inaad sameysid wax la yiraahdo qodobka labaad wuxuu ahaa postigaaga inaad ku dirtid wax la yiraahdo action ama actionable soo lahaana dhigi kartid oo kale soo wac maaragtay telefonkan inaad dhigi kartid maxaa la yiraahdaa soo booqo page-kan inaad dhigi kartid wax la yiraahdo maxaa la yiraahdaa comment ka bixi ma fahamteen macnaha in qofka oo akhrinayo postigaaga uu action u tilmaamto hadal le iska socdo macna ma sameynayso qodobka saddexaad waxaa ka mid ahayd in audience-gaaga aad aqoonsatid audience-gaaga aqoonso sidee audience-gaaga ku aqoonsane wuxuu noo sheegay Stephen in isbuuca soo socdo ama isniinta kale ay jirto session ay la dhahayo understanding digital waxa la yiraahdo digital strategy sidee macnaha inaad degsatiin qof walba inuu degsado waxa la yiraahdo digital strategy marka next week aan qaadan doonaa sidee maarad ku aqoonsan kartaa audience-gaaga qodobka saddexaad waaye qodobka afraad waxaa la rabaa postigaaga inuu noqdo mid simple ah oo haddana attractive ah dadka waxay jecel yihiin qaarkood inay wax tir badan qoraan qofku wax tir badan chance mu hayo marka mar walba posting gaabi wax yar oo macno leh soo qor qodobka shanaad waa qodobka meesha ku qoran pin significant postiyada waa naqaana dhamaanteen pin waxa la yiraahdaa inaad meesha ku dhajisid ya macnaha tusaalahan posti waxaa soo dhigaysaa marka qaar discount aad sameynaysaa marka qaar event aad qarabtaa marka qaar maxaa la yiraahdaa promotion aad sameynaysaa pin aad ku sameynay postida muhiimku ah dhiji Facebook si haddii xitaa aad soo posti gareysid posti kala tiro badan mar walba marka qof soo galo uu noqdo postiga ugu horeeyo arki doono qodobka ugu dambeeya waxaa waaye please like garee comment ka bixi dadka commentiyadooda tusaale ahaan qofaas su'aal ku soo weydiina uga jawaab qofaa maaragtay uu ku amaanaya u mahad celi ma fahamteen macnaha laakiin haddii aad post soo dhigta aad ku hilmaantid meesha qof kasta u yimaado wax soo qoro hadhoodii waxaa waaye marka waxaa loo baahan yahay in aad active laga dhigo marka aad u mahadsantihiin Stephen you can go ahead.
Great, thank you. And I've shared a link to the Facebook page on how on the Facebook website rather on how to create engaging posts. So it's pretty much the same, but the good thing about the page, you might have your translation for you. I can see the questions are coming in. Please keep the questions coming in. I will look at all your questions. Naima, I see your question. Nadar, Muhammad, and someone anonymous who says, how can I make money from my Facebook page? I will answer that question. So please stay tuned to that. Okay, great. So we're looking at some of the tools. So what are some of the tools that come with the page? And we've looked at posting and the importance of putting together content that is captivating. And we've looked at some of the best practices. The other tools that we'll quickly go through is stories. So Facebook stories may not be as popular as Instagram and WhatsApp stories, WhatsApp statuses rather, but stories are a great way to sort of communicate a lot of behind the scenes content when it comes to Facebook. And how you put together a Facebook story, in case you're wondering, you click on the plus icon next to your profile photo. Okay, so that's how you get it. It might be a bit tricky to get, but that's how you get it, the plus icon next to your profile image, and then you upload your story the same way you run the post. Okay, now when you're putting together your story, the idea here is obviously grab people's attention, try to be as spontaneous as possible, make it fun, make it short, so not too long, and then throw in, whether you're using your stickers, you're using your emojis, and there's a fantastic tool called Boomerang. It's a Facebook tool, Facebook app that is free to download. Please check it out on your Play Store or on your App Store. It is a fantastic tool that will help you put together some really, really cool content for your stories, and especially also on Instagram. So check it out. It's called Boomerang. I might actually just put a link for you if I can get it on the App Store. But that's it for stories. Again, just to remember, or rather just to have in mind, is that when you put a story, how long does it last? Anyone on the chat? How long does a story on Facebook stay? For how long will it stay? Anyone on the chat? Anyone on the chat? Anyone on the chat? How long does a story stay on Facebook? Many of you already know this. I just want to check. Great, yes, Kasim. Yes, Mohammed. Yes, Yasim. It's 24 hours. So what then this means is that you may not want to put, a very important notice that people might miss. So if it's something very important, remember we talked about it in your stories, in your post, you can pin it. But then you can also go ahead and put it on your stories, but also make sure they can find it on your posts. Okay. So yes, Halima, Nadar, I see you, Sagal as well. It is 24 hours. That's how long you can put together a post. Again, we are looking at why we need to run the business as a page and not a profile. Many of you may be running your business through your own personal profile, and some of these tools that we're looking at are only available from a page. Okay, so you won't get some of these tools that we're talking about on a page. And some of the tools, one of the tools that you might not get when you're running your page as if you choose to do your business as a profile is the ability and the tools that come with the Facebook Messenger. Now, Messenger is a great way to have those one-on-one communication, one-on-one chats with your potential clients and with your clients, okay? Now, just to drive home the use of Messenger, 20 plus billion messages are exchanged between people and businesses. And again, this is a start, I think, from 2 years ago, which I'm sure the number has since grown. But an interesting one is that 56% of the people that were surveyed in this survey called the Facebook Messaging Survey in 2019 said that they would rather send a message than call customer service. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like me. Many times, I'd rather quickly send a message to a business than, getting on the phone. And many times, especially with customer service, you might be put on hold. It's going to eat into your airtime and so on and so forth. So many people are choosing to send a message as opposed to calling. Now, why is this important for you as a business owner to know? It is because you can expect many more messages from your Facebook Messenger than probably you're going to get from calls. Now, with this kind of knowledge, with this awareness, then it is important to ensure that we're maximizing the tools that come with a Facebook page when it comes to Messenger and the tools that it has. One such tool and one of the features that you are able to utilize is what they call instant reply. Now, I don't know if you've done this, but you send a message to a business and immediately it replies and says, thank you for contacting Digital Shelter. We will get back to you shortly. Now, that is, and you probably already know, it's an instant reply. But an instant reply, as automated as it is, it in a sense gives you two things. Number one, it gives you the peace of mind of knowing that my message has been delivered, okay? So, the Digital Shelter or whichever business has seen my message, right? The other thing it does, it's good customer service. Many people, I think your worst nightmare, especially on WhatsApp, and we're going to look at WhatsApp after the break, is what you call being blue ticked. It's a term that is used to refer to someone having seen your message, received your message, and they received your message and they saw your message, but they have not responded to your message. And it's not a good feeling, to say the least. So this avoids that in a sense. It avoids someone wondering, did my message receive, did you receive my message as a business, and so on and so forth. So please set up an instant reply. It's easy to set up. You click on the inbox tab there on your Facebook page, and then you click on instant reply, and then you're able to put together your message. Now, the cool thing here is that you're actually able to customize the message to read the person's name automatically, which is great, because it means if I send, for example, Digital Shelter a message, and they have set this up, they could send a message like, hello, Steve, thank you for contacting Digital Shelter. We will get back to you shortly. So it comes with my name, which is really cool, because it's personalized. So for me, it's even just better customer service. I feel important. I feel as a customer, I am appreciated and I'm acknowledged. So check out instant replies your message. The other tool that you can use when it comes to Messenger is what you call away messages. Now, many of you as entrepreneurs, I know you're busy. Your day is full of managing the business, sorting out orders, sorting out customers, and so on and so forth. And realistically, you may not be on your Facebook page as much as you'd like to. For example, even now when you are here on training, or during off business hours, more importantly. Now, away messages are a great way to tell people, hey, thank you for your message. We are not available right now. We will get back to you, maybe, for example, tomorrow during business hours, and so on and so forth. And it's a great way, because I don't know about you, for the businesses I've worked with, for some time now, people have this habit of inboxing you even 9 p.m., 10 p.m. I've seen messages coming in even at midnight, and they expect a response from you as a business owner. Now, please set out this away message, and you're able to sort of demarcate and say, these are the times I will be away. And in a sense, when you set the away time, the away message automatically checks in, and you're able to respond to automatically respond businesses for you, okay? And there is a message I was talking about, that you're even able to customize it to be personalized. So the message comes and says, we're not available now, but we will get back to you soon. And you're able to customize this message to whatever fits your audience the most, okay? So we looked at instant replies, we looked at away messages, and that's just a quick success story. We'll be looking at more success stories that as we move along. And for you, those are the two message tools that you can utilize for businesses. You have the greeting message or the instant reply. You have the away message that comes in when you are not available for your audience. Abdulfatah, very quickly, we will summarize that, and then we can move on for the messages.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, Abdulfatah. Quick one. Or would you prefer for me to look at groups and the next one, and you can summarize in general? What do you prefer?
I think you can say a few words on the Facebook groups, and then we will make it. Yeah, we will complete this.
Sounds good. So remember when we started, we talked about the 3 ways that you can sort of have presence on Facebook. We talked about your own personal profile. We talked about pages, which is what we have been looking at, and some of the unique tools that only come with pages. Yeah, you're not going to get some of these tools when you're using your business as a profile to run when you're running your business as a profile. The third way we talked about is Facebook groups. And groups are great because they help you put together that community, and you're able to discuss a certain topic for your business. And I think I saw someone when we were doing the intro saying that they ran a Facebook group. Let me see. Yes, a peg group. Yes, I have but it is a peg group. I think it's Nadar saying they have a group. And groups are such a great way, guys, for you to build a community. Now, Facebook is all about building community, all about building those connections. So one of the things that we recommend is, as much as you have your page and your page is growing, please go ahead and create a group as a page. Now, the beauty, again, as mentioned earlier, is that you're able to put together a group as a page for your business. So for example, if I run a page, I'm able to create a group from that page, or even call it a different name. And in fact, best practice or what is advised is call your group a different name. So for example, if I run a tours and travel company in Somali, and my page is, for example, Steve Tours and Travel, I could start a page, but instead of calling the page the same name, I could call the group, or rather I could start a group. I could call the group, for example, Somalis who love traveling, or enthusiastic travelers or something like that. So something different from the page that will build that community and grow that, in a sense, grow those conversations around the groups, okay? Sorry, just 1 minute. Yes, Abdifata, please summarize those two for me before we move on to call to action buttons.
Okay, أصحابي waxaa laga soo hadlay waxa la yiraahdo histories. Waxaan maleynayaa dhamaanteen iskuma sharxayo waxa maxaa la yiraahdaa histories. Aad u naqaanaa laakiin se history laga hadlayo hadda key personalka ahay ma aha oo qofku wuxuu rabo iska soo dhigay. Kan waxaan ka hadlaynaa waxa waaye midka aad ka sameynaysid page-kaaga business-ka. Page-kaaga business-ka waxaa la rabaa inaad u sameysid histories. History-gana wuxuu maaragtay u shaqeeyaa sida asxaabta qaar ay u soo jawaabeen kaliya 24 saacadood kasto uu baxayaa marka history-ga inaad sameysid. Marka history-ga marka la sameynayo waxyaabaha marka muhiimka waxa kamid ah waxa la yiraahdo inaad soo jiidan kartid attention-ka dadka. Hadaadana post-iga oo ku sheegnay qofka markuu scrolling ka sameynayo markuu soo gaaro post-igaaga iyo markuu history-gaaga fiiriyo history-gaaga markuu fiiriyo waa inuu attention-ka soo fiiriyaa oo yiraahdo wow this is amazing sawir qurxoon iyo waxa sina isticmaasho waayo. Waxyaabaha kale oo marka aad sameyn karto waxa kamid ah inaad ku dari kartid qoraal sticker emoji waxa la yiraahdo boomerang aniga wali ma arkin tukaas laakiin wala isticmaali karaa secretary-kiisa wana noo soo share gareyn doonaa linkiga maartay siyaabaha loo isticmaalo. Waxa kale oo laga hadlay history-ga marka laga soo tago waliba xataa wuxuu sheegay Steven in history-ga qofka markuu soo dhigo ka bacdi inaad still aad ku macnaha si dhigi kartid meesha si qofka aad xataa marka la qof yimaado u fiirsan karo. Waxa kale oo laga hadlay tool-kan ila messenger-ka dhamaantiin waa naqaanaa waa wada isticmaalnaa. Messenger-ka asigna powerful waaye statistics ku arkayseen in 56% survey SMS messenger-ka inay baheen waxaan anaga door bidnaa inta qofku wici lahayn inaan message u reebo. Dhamaantiin waa isticmaalnaa qofka inta wici lahayd it's better inaan message u reebto. Marka messenger-ka waa very important waaye. Waxyaabaha kale marka oo cajiibka oo messenger ku jiro waxa kamid ahaa laba qodob oo kamid ahaa number 1 waxa la yiraahdo instant message ama waxa la yiraahdo auto responder. dhamaantiin waan naqaanaa emailada iyo markii macnaha qofka marka uu message ku soo diro waxa uu jawaabaysaa isla markiiba systemka uu jawaabayo message-kaaga waa helnay waa mahadsantahay because dadka qaar waxay ka walwalsan yihiin mogtaa war message-kayga ma gaaray mise ma gaarin marka auto responder-kaas isticmaali kartaan. sidoo kale waxyaabaha cajiibka waxa kamid ah auto responder-kaas in qofka magaciisa ugu wici kartid. tusaale ahaan anigoo Cabdifitaaxa waxa soo qoray Bella Box ka soo qaad oo maartay ku jirto waxa u baahanahay book noocaas ah ama sidaan waxa u baahanahay waa mahadsantahay Cabdifitaax fariintaada inay soo gaartay si ugu dhaqsiyaha badan aan ugu soo jawaabeynaa. dabcan waxaad dareemaysaa in maartay lagu soo dhaweeyay business service fiican customer service fiican aad dareemaysaa. waxyaabaha kale oo kamid ah waxa kamid ah oo messenger-ka offer garanayo waxa la yiraahdo away messages marka maqan tahay tusaale ahaan ama xilliyada shaqada aadan ku jirin oo habeenkii oo kale qof hadduu fariin soo diro inaad macnaha dhigi kartid fadlan waa mahadsantahay fariintaan oo soo dirtay annaga waxaan shaqeynaa laga bilaabo subaxii 2 saac ilaa 12 saac fariintaada marka ugu horeysa aragna ay ka soo jawaabi doonaa macnaha away message saalda qofka markuu maqan yahay maartay goobta online-ka. sidoo kale waxaa la soo hadal qaaday groups Facebook groups dhamaantiin waan naqaanaa waa nooci saddexaad waaye marka laga soo tago qofka profile inuu leeyahay Facebook-ka ama page uu ka sameysto nooca saddexaad waxay ahayd inuu qof group sameysto. marka hadda waxaa soo korortay in page-kaaga oo Facebook ku leedahay inaad group ahaan u isticmaali kartid oo magac kalena aad sameyn kartid. marka aad u mahadsantihiin. Steven, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Abdifata. And on the chart there, I've shared with you two links. Number one is using boomerangs, and just for you to understand more about that. But I've also shared a link on how to use groups to grow your community. Please look at that. The website should be translated for you, so it's even an easier read. And I hope you're copying these links somewhere, maybe onto your phone, onto your notes somewhere. So after this training, you're able to get all of them. We will, at the end of this, also share a link where you can get these and much more resources, because unfortunately the slides we use, we are not allowed to share, but you can get these and much more content for free. So please look at the links I'm sharing as we move along for that, okay? So let's quickly take a look at one or two more things before we go on break quickly. So one of the other cool things that a page offers you is that the ability to drive action to people who visit your page. Remember, we talked about making your posts actionable. So there's a way Facebook helps you do that in what we call call to action buttons. Now, call to action buttons are many, and you've probably come across them for the page. You know, you have call to actions around book now. For example, if you have a page where you want to book appointments, you can have a call to action that is shop now, where you want to encourage people maybe to click on a link where they can shop, or even call now, where you want to encourage people to click on a link that they can call your business. Okay, so those are sort of a sample of the call to action buttons, and there are many. You can set one up around directions. You can set one up against, one up links to your website, and you link it to the learn more button and your messages. Now, one that is my personal favorite and one that I'll encourage you to use is the WhatsApp call to action button, because you're able then to bring conversations from your Facebook page right to your mobile phone through WhatsApp. So that's one. I know many of you have actually put together. I did look at some of your pages, and I've seen some of you are have already put that into action. So well done on that. But again, here the idea is pick the call to action that you feel will resonate best with your target audience based on the business that you are doing. How do you put together a call to action button? You click on the blue button just below your cover photo. So remember, we talked about the cover photo, which is just that big photo up there. And we talked about the profile photo, which is the smaller photo on the left. So just below the cover photo, you have your add button. So click on that, and then Facebook is going to invite you to put together, or rather set up a call to action button that your audiences can use and your visitors can use. Okay, so that's how you set it up. So please use that, put that together. Facebook events, we're going to quickly go through this now. Events obviously have sort of taken a backseat, at least the physical events with the pandemic. But Facebook gives you an amazing tool, or rather Facebook pages give you an amazing tool to put together events and set them up on your page. Now, you can do this even for an online event, okay? It doesn't have to be a physical event, and the numbers there speak for themselves. Around 700 million people using events every month. And that is one of the success stories. But jumping right on, so click on the events tab if you're looking to put together an event. So you click on that events tab, and it's going to give you options on how to put together the event, and you can create an event. It can be a public event, it can be a private event if you only want people with a link, or a certain number of people to attend. But many times the idea of creating an event is to make it public and to make as many people as possible come to the event. Now, Facebook also allows you to brand your event. So whether it's an event name, the location, and if it's online, you're going to put online in there, the description, the category, and so on and so forth. It allows you even to brand the event. So you can put a cover photo to draw attention to as many people as possible. Okay, that is it for pages. Last but not least is how to create an appointment on Facebook, especially if you are running a business that deals with appointments. For example, a hair salon, a consultancy business, and so on and so forth. You're able to put together very quickly, set up appointments on your page that allow you to set your availability, so the times you're available, the list of services, and give reminders to people. So for example, if I book an appointment for a particular day, I automatically get reminders as the day nears towards the event. And how you do it, there's a book now call to action button that you can put, you can use for your page that is easy to set up and easy for you to put. Abifata, I'll invite you to summarize those 3 areas around the call to action buttons, the events, and the appointments on Facebook.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. And asxaabay, waxyaabaha hadda laga hadlo waxaa ka mid ahaa waxa la yidhahdo call to action. Call to action waxaa waaye qofka in aad maxaa la yidhahdaa u wacdid. Moogta qofka intuu page-kaaga soo galo uu iska fiirsado wax walbo kadibna iska baxo macno ma samaynayso. Waa inaad qofka u yeertid. macnaha waxay la micno tahay adigoo dukaankaaga si physically inta banaanka uga baxday qofkii saan soo fiirsho aad tiraahdo please come on kali soo gal meeshaan fadhiiso fiiri waxaan haayo maxaa la yiraahdaa maxaa u baahan tahay maxaan ku qaban karaa haddii tusaale ahaan waxyaabaha uu raadinayo aadan helin haddii lacala ay waxaan haayahay oo ma ku baahatid this is my business card you see qaabka marketing loo sameeyo kamid ah call to action marka call to action badanaa jiro book now ku diri kartaa haddii tusaale ahaan oo event iyo tusaale ahaan ama salon oo kale iyo qofka service aad qabanaysid shop now waad dhigi kartaa inuu shopping qofka inuu samaysto call now haddii tusaale ahaan more information oo baahan tahay sign up baad dhigi kartaa haddii email iyo wax lamida ugu rabtid get direction aad dhigi kartaa qofka allada waxa ku jiro waxyaabaha marka cajiibka waxa kamid ah inuu xataa leeyahay call to action buttonska WhatsApp message inaad ku xiri kartid hadii marka qofka automatically wuxuu ku soo dirayaa message-kaaga WhatsApp-ka بعدين halkaas kala xiriir doonta dabcan gadaalan kaga hadli doonaa WhatsApp clusterkiisa wuxuu leeyahay midjum gooni ah marka laga soo tago maxaa la yiraahdaa call to action-ka waxyaabaha kale oo la taabto waxa kamid ahay dabcan wuxuu Stephen sheegay qaar kamid businessyadiina u fiiriyay maadaama aad soo buuxiseen formkii application-ka ina leeyihiin which is good thing really inta kalena waxa rajaynayaa samaysan doonaan wuxuu ku yaalaa qofkii rabo inuu samaysto cover photo-ha hoostiisa ku yaalaa events ajri dabcan waan qaana laftirkeena events-ka waa la sameyn karaa event-ga waxa ku sameyn kartaa branding oo sameyn kartaa magaca event-ga qoraysa description-ka meesha uu ka dhacayo and all these things waxa soo qori kartaa waxyaabaha kale oo kamid ah marti appointments-ka ama balamaha salaana hadii aad hair salon tahay hadii service aqbad hadii doctor aad tahay hadii wax nooc kamid ah appointments uu soo galay maaragtay business-kaaga waxa sameyn kartaa appointments sameyn kartaa waxaan isticmaali kartaa marti call to action book now availability-gaaga sheegi kartaa xilliyada saacaan ama available ahay marka aad u mahadsantihiin Stephen can we go short break maybe 5 minutes
Yes, I was actually just about to say that. I was actually just winding up. Here we are done. 1 minute. We are taking a break in a few. 1 minute before I do that, there's just something I want to highlight. So 2 things before we go on break. Number 1 is I see all your questions. I will answer them after the break. So we just wanted to clean this up first. The other thing is that I mentioned there's a link where you can get this content and much more for free. Some of the links I've already been sharing, but I'd like to introduce you to what you call Facebook Blueprint. So it is a free resource that Facebook offers that allows you to get this and much more content for free. So please check it out, guys. I'm going to ask Dan or Lois, my colleagues there, to put the link there to the Facebook Blueprint e-learning platform. Please check it out. It's a tool I've used for many years and it's helped me grow my digital skills. So please check that out. You can take courses. The courses are free for you. Check that out. Yes, and as mentioned, we're going on a 5-minute break. And again, just another housekeeping item. Please give us your feedback. We absolutely value your feedback. There's a link there that has been shared for you to give the feedback. We value your feedback. Feedback is a gift to us because we want to understand how the training was and what it is we have done well, but more importantly, what it is that you'd like us to improve on. So that link has been shared. So you can actually take a few minutes during the break to just fill that in before we come back, okay? So let's go on break. We're gonna do a 5-minute break. Let me just bring up my timer here. And when we come back, I'm gonna answer your questions and I'm gonna also look at some of your Facebook pages for some of you who had registered for the webinar. So see you in 5 minutes.
Okay, and I think asxaabay call kale aan ku jirno just 5 minutes haddaa u baahan tahay shaahaaga kafeegaaga biyo soo cab telephone ku hadal break soo qaada laakiin callka ha ka bixinina. We will stay in the call, we will not log out so that we don't want to have trouble in logging again. So just have a break. Thank you.
Great, welcome back to the second part of our Boost with Facebook webinar. I hope you managed to get your break and respond to those WhatsApp messages and those emails that maybe were pending. But I also hope that you got to fill in the feedback form that we had shared. Please do that. Feedback is a gift to us because it tells us what you're doing well, but more importantly, what it is that we can improve on. Great. Let me just look at the chat. Yeah, a few of you saying they're enjoying that. So great. Let me look at the questions. Actually, let's just take the questions that are there. Yeah, Abdifata, do you mind translating the first one that is from Mohammed? Mohammed Hayman, I think. Do you mind translating? Do you see it?
Okay, and yes, I see it. And Mohammed, wuxuu leeyahay Mohammed si kooban noogu soo koob sida ugu wanaagsan ee ganacsigayga ku kasban karo kuna gaarsiin karo badeecadaha. And Stephen and Mohammed, he's saying and he wants us to know the best way. He says, give me the best way and that my business can get more customers and can deliver my products to the customers. Summary, the best way that I can get more customers to my business and can deliver my products to the customers.
Thank you for your question, Mohammed. So I may not give it, I won't give the best. I'll actually give you several ways that you can do it, yeah? Because several ways may work different for businesses. Number one is ensuring just what we're looking at. So if your page is set up correctly, you're using some of these best practices when it comes to putting together your posts. You understand your audience. So that's a big part, Mohammed. Who are your audiences? Because it helps you know how to put your message together, the kind of language, the kind of images to use. So for example, if your page is followed by more women than men, maybe there are certain images that you'll use that will appeal more to women. And then what age, what demographic? Is it older women? Is it younger women? So if it's fashion, for example, now obviously there is some fashion that will appeal to the younger audience more than to the older audience. So that's the second thing. So number one is best practices, making sure your page is set up. Number two is the content, making sure your content is captivating, which is based now on number three, understanding your audience and what it is that your audience wants from your page. Now, when you do that, you can get what you call organic reach and organic growth. There is another way to get more visibility and more business is through what you call paid advertising, where you run ads and promote ads. And this is what we're going to look at in detail at the next couple of days. Maybe Cynthia, you can give us the dates when the next training is. Sorry, I keep saying the next couple of days. Yeah, so
I think it is 29.
29. Yes, 29.
Yes,
next week Monday. Sorry about that. Yeah, next week Monday, same time actually. We are gonna dive deeper and look at now the details of running ads. But before even we run ads, there's a way to get organic reach and organic growth for your business through that. So a key part is understanding your audience. Make sure you're posting on a regular basis. Make sure you are obviously understanding the market to understand what is in there. Okay. The next question is: I have a page. I have a peg, but it is a peg group. Not quite. Is the person saying? Yeah.
Yeah, before you move to the next question, let me translate the one that you have just answered. And asxaabay su-aasha haduu na weydiiyey Maxamed oo dhahaysay sideen maaragtay igu soo kooban sideen maaragtay businesskayga oo customer badan uu heli karaa badeecadahayna aan ku gaarsiin karaa. Stephen wuxuu kusoo koobay ilaa 3 qaab. Number 1, inaa maaragtay aad ka shaqeyso wax la yiraahdo best practices oo hadda wixii aan ka sheekeynayay page-kaaga ha quruxsanaado, looga fiican saar, cover fiican ka shaqeey, action points badan maaragtay geli page-ka, description fiican sii. kabacdi number 2 waxaa maaragtay ay tahay content fiican inaad gelisid. Content waxaa la yiraahdaa xogta aad gelinaysid. Boostiyo fiican dhig, boostigaaga ha ahaado mid maaragtay dadka attention-kooda iyo soo jiidanayo, sawirro fiican geli oo qurux badan laga shaqeeyay. video fiican geli macnaha ma fahamteen waa content waxa la yiraahdo dadka qaar page samaysanayaan waxa laga yaabaa 4 bilood inaysan soo gelin wax content ah ama wax post soo samaysan sax ma aha qodobka saddexaad waxa waaye in aad mar walba gudaha u gashid page-kaaga yaa waay dadku soo follow gareeyo dhalinyaro may u badan yihiin dumar miya dadka da'dooda weyn miya xagee u badan yihiin kabacdi ka shaqeey mar walba ama cid walba markaas u badan sida aad ku soo jiidan lahayd markaas waxaad samayn kartaa wax la yiraahdo organic reach ama organic growth qaab kala jirto oo page-ka loo promote garan karo oo waa wada taqaaniin in lacag lagu bixiyo oo ah paid advertisement ayadana maartay isbuuc soo socda ama xiisad dambe la qaadan doonaa laakiin waxa mar walba fiican qaybta hore adigoo lacag iska bixinin inaad ka shaqeysid page-kaaga iyo sidoo kormar lahaa okay Stephen the second question I think it's from Nether I have a page but it is a page group I think she says I have a page and then it shows as a group maybe I think this is the thing that you were talking about earlier which is you can convert your page as a group so I think you can collaborate from there.
No, you can't convert a page. You can create a group using your page name. Okay. So what I'll encourage Nadar is to create a page also. Okay. Create a page first, grow the community of the page, and then create a group much later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's
you
that.
can.
Yeah. So how do I make money? How do I make money from my Facebook page? So you know, this question is and I'll be cautious in answering it because I want to make sure I understand. So if you run a business, obviously the main agenda of the business is to make a profit. So how you can make money with your Facebook page is selling through your Facebook page. So you know, you've grown your audience. You have a big number. You're saying, you know, I sell electronics. I sell, you know, one or two other things, and that's how you can make money. You can make money if your page is thriving and you are selling a product on the page. Now we're going to look at some of your businesses here. That is how I believe that's the best way to answer that question because that's how you can make money. You can make money by ensuring you have a big page, or rather, you're growing your numbers and you have a good community. You're selling and you're putting your prices on the Facebook page, and obviously, you're putting a reasonable price for your products. Okay. Great. I have a page. How can I promote my page to get more audiences? Oh, Naima, thank you for your question. Please join on Monday. Please come on Monday. We are going to answer this question in detail. We're going to show you how to boost a post. We're going to show you how to boost a page, how to target the right audience. So please, you don't want to miss that out. It's very easy to do it, but because of time and because of just the program we have to follow, I may not be able to answer this, but please, I hope to see you on Monday to answer this question for you, okay? Mohammed Ali says, I have a page, but I want to delete all previous names to give it a specific business name. How can I delete all previous names? Now, you can't change your Facebook page name, okay? And in fact, I'd prepared something for you on how to change your Facebook name, sorry. Yeah, so I've put a link for you here, there. So how to change So that's how to change your Facebook page name. So please check it out. There are a couple of steps that you can use. However, there is a limit as to how many times you can change your name on Facebook. I don't have it top of mind, but if you change your name, I think it gives you 60 days. So you can't change your name if you changed it. I think it is in the last 60 days or 30 days. Sorry. Yeah, 7 days. So if you change your name 7 days, you can't change again. And then it takes 3 days for you to change the name. So please check that out for you, okay? Yes.
Can you put the link in the chat also? I think you are answering directly, okay.
Okay, yeah. And then as you're doing that, you can translate for me Hamdi's question.
Okay, Hamdi is saying, waxaan leeyahay page Facebook ma ii sheegi kartaa sida fudud ee magaca uga bedeli karo. She's saying, I have a Facebook page. Can you tell me an easy way to change my name or to change the name of the Facebook? I think this is the same as the previous one.
It's the same. It's the same as the same one, and I've sent the link as well, and I've put the link on the chat. So great. Teacher Maina, Stephen Maina, how can I get the advertising? Mohammed Abdirahman. Abdirahman. Please join on Monday. You don't want to miss the Monday class. I wish I could answer it, but because of time, we need to look at WhatsApp, we need to look at Instagram, so we might not have the time now. And we also need to look at insights very quickly. So, and we have a specific time. We need to end this by 1 p.m. So please come on Monday. Don't miss Monday. You will look at that. We will look at that in detail on how to go ahead on that, about on that, okay?
أصحابي سؤالها la xiriiro promotionka iyo advertisingka iyo sida maaragtay Facebook page-ka looga dhigo mid maaragtay more meaningful ama macno badan sii leh waxaa laga hadli doonaa next week maalinta Isniinta ah same time same link I think marka insha Allah ku soo biira marka haddana waxaa la sii gelayaa qaybaha kale. Stephen, you can go ahead. I think we are running out of time. Yeah.
No, we're not running out of time. We're in time. We're in good time. We have an hour to go, and it is important for us to answer all the questions, but we're doing good on time. Before we jump into that, my hope is that to make this training as practical as possible. So what I did is that I looked at some of your pages, some of your Facebook pages in terms of those who had registered. And I want to look at them very quickly and give my feedback based on some of the best practices that what do you call it, that we have talked about. Now, the first is Somali Youth. Anyone from Somali Youth Farmers Production? Anyone? Please let us know in the chat. So I had a look at your page. Your page is well done. I love the logo. So you put your logo in here for for the profile photo. I like that you have put a call to action button. So well done on that. I can see the post. You've not been as active as possible. Hopefully after this training, you will be a bit more active on the page. The other thing is the cover photo. So for this cover photo, instead of repeating your logo, I'd encourage you to put a picture that is a bit more engaging. Probably it's a photo of the group. So probably a visit that you did to maybe one of your young farmers. A picture of a farm will help, and so on and so forth. So you might want to change that cover photo to just make it more appealing and more attractive, okay? Great. The other is Digital Shelter themselves. Well done, DS. I love your page. I love your cover photo. You put your logo there as well, and you put your name and your category. So this is the category we're talking about. So well done, Ayan and team. And the call to action image is a send message now, which is okay. You might want to even explore WhatsApp or other pages that that might work for your business. I love your posts. So your posts are regular. So I like that you're already doing that. So that's great. I like that you put this. So this to attend, apply on this link. So this is making your post actionable. Okay. This is what we talked about. You can make your post actionable by adding a link there. Okay. So I like that you're doing that. I like that your posts are engaging. They are attractive. When I come, I'm able to stop and look at that. I like this available here. So this is another call to action and making the post actionable. So well done, Team DS, for putting together a very attractive page. IFP number 1, I love your cover photo. I love the grapes there. I mean, I don't know about you, but I just feel like grabbing the grapes from my screen. So well done, IFP, in putting a cover photo that grabs the attention. And I can already tell, when I look at that cover photo, I can tell your business is about farming, about maybe grapes, maybe wine, I don't know, something around that, but this is good. Your logo is in there, IFP, you've put it in there. So however, the name, I had a problem actually finding your page, so I'll probably consider putting the full names here and then in bracket put IFP. So that might help. But again, you haven't been as active, please post. If you get a minute, please post. I hope what you have looked at today and following today's class, your page is going to be a bit more vibrant and you're going to be posting a bit more often, okay? Last but not least, Doc Don, who are doing an amazing job in using, I think, waste products to recycle to make blocks, building blocks. So well done. I like that you put your cover photo. I love your call to action. So this is a very unique call to action button because it's a contact us button. When you click on this, you are prompted, oh boy. Please check on that. Doctor, is your website working? Because I think it's supposed to take you to an email. Yeah, please check on your website, yeah, because I think it's supposed to open an email page that you're able to start your email and able to contact the page. So well done. Please, again, put together your post. I see you haven't posted in a while, so I hope following today's, actually it's been more than a year. I hope after today's training, you will post on a more regular basis. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for now and resume the training. I hope those examples I've used have been helpful. If your business has been featured here, please, highlight, use some of the best practices that I've mentioned. If I've not highlighted your business, it was random, so please do that and check, okay? Just 1 minute. Fantastic, we continue. I thought I saw a question here. Yes, Kasim saying, thank you, Stephen and Abdul Fattah. I appreciate the way you're handling the training. My question is, I already have a Facebook page, but I don't know how to promote my post. Okay, see you next week. Thank you, Kasim. Thank you for that. Great. How do I create a Facebook account with a business page to contain all my friends? Great. So Abdurraham, so what you do is that when you create your page, it gives you an option to invite all your friends from your profile, okay? So when you create a Facebook page, it will give you that option of inviting all your friends and family to like your page. Now, obviously, some may like it, some may not. So that is something for you to maybe just have in mind. And someone is talking about a recording. I think Abdul Fattah will communicate with you about the recording later on in detail and how we can get it. Fantastic. So let's jump in. So we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at quickly look at insights because it's an important one, but then we're going to look at Instagram and then we're going to look at WhatsApp. Now, if time allows, we'll look at the entire WhatsApp. If time does not allow, we will look at part 1 and come back next week and continue with WhatsApp business, okay? I hope that works. I hope that will be sufficient for your business. So let's jump right in. How then do you put together or how do you check your insights, okay? Now, insights, again, I mentioned, and maybe I should have asked this question at the beginning, okay? So for those of you who run Facebook as a profile, rather, for those of you who maybe were running your page, your business as a profile versus those running your business as a page, one of the biggest challenges is the limit in terms of the number of people you can reach. What is the maximum number of friends you can have for your profile? Because it has a limit, yeah? What are the maximum number of friends for your profile? So please, on the chat there, please let me know. I want to see how many of you know that. The maximum number of profile rather now friends that you can have on your profile? Anyone? Let's see. Great. Yes, Mohammed. Leila, I see you. Bifata, I see you as well. It is 5,000. Okay. So that's the limit, 5,000 friends. Now, obviously, as your business grows, this can be a limiting factor. And another reason you want to have your page, another reason you want to run your business as a page, it's because of this number. Now, as a page, really, there is no limit in terms of the number. I've seen pages with millions. If you follow some of these football stars and celebrities, their pages have hundreds of millions of followers, and there's no limit to that. Okay, so it is 5K. Yes, Maimun, I see you. Abdirak, I see you. Halima, I see you. It is 5,000, not 2,000, not 17. I think some of you were answering how many friends they have. I wasn't asking. I was asking how many number of people that you have, you can get. It is 5K pages. Okay. Nada, I see. Thank you. I hope this, yes, next week will be even more exciting. So please join. But before we get to next week, don't go. Let's finish today. Let's finish today's lesson. Yeah. Great. So let's jump into insights. Now, you know, another reason you want to run your page, your business as a page, is the insights the page gives. So, for example, I don't know here who has the most followers. Maybe Ayan, I can ask you. Ayan, on your own personal page, profile, how many friends do you have on Facebook? Ayan, if you're there, sorry to put you on the spot. I know this was not, sorry to not give you, maybe Abdifata, I see you've unmuted. How many friends, Abdifata, do you have on your own personal Facebook? Ayan, there you are.
Sorry, I was trying to find the mute button. I have 1,058.
Okay, 1,058. Now, I know DS, of course, has this amazing page. You have looked at that. Ayan, if I was to ask you, and if today you chose, Ayan, do you run a business, another business other than the DS, your own personal business? Do you have a business you run?
No, actually, I'm just DS and this one, my personal one.
DS, yeah? Okay, so for example, if Ayan said, today I'm going to start selling ladies' shoes, I'll sell the most amazing shoes, but I'll sell them under my own profile, okay? I'm not going to open a page. I don't know what Steve is saying. I will not open a page. I will run it as a profile. Now, Ayan, if I was going to ask you, out of the 1,000, you said 1,200, 1,400?
1,058.
1,058. Are you able to know how many of those are men, how many are women?
I really don't know. Does Facebook has that option?
Actually, it was a trick question. It does not have.
Okay, I hope I did not fail.
Ayan, it does not have for a profile, but for a page, it actually has. Okay, and it has, and I'm going to show you how you do that. Thank you, Ayan, for that. Thank you for participating. Yes. So, and that's the thing, guys. So if Ayan chooses to say, you know, today I'm going to start selling ladies' shoes, and I'm gonna run it as my own personal profile and post photos of my shoes. She doesn't know, number one, how many men, how many women are there. She might also not know how many are based in Somali, outside Somali, how many are maybe based in Mogadishu. So, you know, all those geographic locations, okay? And what are the ages? So for example, if Ayan says, I want to bring shoes for the younger audience, okay? Maybe women or young ladies aged between 20 and 30, okay? She doesn't know, maybe her friends, maybe most of her friends are beyond 40 years. And maybe may not buy her shoes, okay? And that's why you want to run your page as a business, because, or rather your business as a page, because you get a breakdown. You're able to tell who is following my page. Is it women? Is it men? What are their ages? And so on and so forth. And that's what we're going to look at now in a few, okay? So let's jump right in there, okay? Let me just jump that. Okay. Nadar, someone is saying 500. Is there anyone here who has 500 friends? I'm curious. If you have 500 friends, please post on the chat. Okay, so what are Page Insights? Page Insights, number one, it is a free tool that Facebook gives you, okay? So it's a free tool, you don't need to pay anyone, you don't need to pay anything additional. It is a tool that comes within the Facebook page, okay? And helps you measure performance of your page by a number of ways. Number one, you're able to view the demographic data of your audience. You're able to view, who in your audience, what type is it, more women, more men, and so on and so forth. Number two, you're able to see who is engaging with your page. So it's one thing to know who is following, but who is actually engaging with the content? Is it the women? Is it the men? And if it's the men, is it the older men? Is it the younger men? And last but not least, you're able to know which of your posts are getting the most engagement, okay? Now, you might not be able to get to know this just by seeing how many have likes, because sometimes people may see a page and not like, or a post and not like. So Insights is able to give you that. So very quickly, let's look at how to access this. 1 minute. Great. Yeah, so let's look at how to access it. You click on the Insights tab on the top right. It might already be there. You might not need to click on the More tab, but that's how you get the Insights. You click on the More button and click on Insights. So under Insights, then you're able to get a breakdown of all the insights of your page. Now, and insights are many. Sorry about that. Let me just skip that. When you click on the insight, the first glance might be, all these numbers, all these graphs, and it might be overwhelming at first, but we're going to break down very quickly what that means. The first thing is followers, page activity metrics. Okay, here you're looking at your followers, your likes, and your actions on the page. Okay, so followers obviously are the people following your page. So what you want to look at is there a steady growth of the people who are following your page, and so on and so forth. You're also able to see those who have liked and unliked your page, and so on and so forth. The same as likes. Okay, the actions on page, you're able to see those who are, for example, clicked on a particular link, clicked on your website link. So if you've added a call to action, link for your page, you're able to get that quickly for you, okay? Abdifata, I'm gonna let you just quickly summarize what I've done so far, talking about the difference between a page and insights, and that's what you're looking at now.
Thank you, Stephen. أصحابي طبعا discussion بدنا جري وحبا لقى هذاي وحيابها مارتي سؤالي مركز لقى سؤال عطيك بعد لقى هذا وحكم ده وحلي هذا insights page insights وحلا هايو وحواي وحدة تأذين شيء جاي قف كمركو page كسميستو لبا interface ولا هاي basic أما وحلا هاي لبا قاب مدنا ومد كمان تدت كصوب وقنا أركيان ومننا وحاواي مدك بيج قفك معمولاي وادمن كاه واركاي waxa la marka insights ah ama dashboard way qofka marka wuxuu ogaan karaa page kan mee qofada followers oo leeyahay wuxuu soo kala ogaan karaa mee qofada likes ah wuxuu ogaan karaa mee dadka engage gareenayo salaana hadii page ka uu ku jiro wax la yiraahdo call now shop now book now and sign up WhatsApp message waxa hadii call for action ka ku soo dartay mee qofod ayaa actually ayaad maartay page kaas soo click ku soo siisa actions kaas graafidi arkayseen oo tirada badnaa dabcan intiina maartay insights ka isticmaashan waa taqaaniin waxa waaye waxaad helaysaa maartay picture ka guud oo ku saabsan page kaaga markaas marka bacdi waxa ka shaqeyn doontaa sidii page kaaga u hormariyaa salaana hadii meelaha qaar uu ku liito page kaaga xagee maartay sidee u hormariyaa ma fahanteen marka intaasaan maartay ugu muhiimsaneed waxa insights ka yiraahdo waa sii soconeena Stephen, you can keep going.
Great. Thank you, Abdifata. So we continue looking at the insights very quickly. The other is what we call discovery metrics. So discovery metrics are two. There's the reach that you're able to see how many people have reached your page, and you're able to see either organic or paid reach. Organic is the reach you get when you have not advertised, and paid obviously is, as the name suggests, is the reach you get when you're paid Facebook. Okay, so that's it. And the reach, you're able to know who, or rather, how many people have seen your reach and how many people have seen your page. Okay, and then you have page views that shows the number of times that people have viewed your Facebook page. Okay, so that's different. So reach is the number of people that your business has reached. Page views is the number of times the page has been seen. So the reach is a very important metric because you're able to tell, you're able to see how many people have reached, or rather how many people have seen your business. Okay. The other one that is very interesting is around posts, insights, and audience. And these are one people are asking. I think I've seen a question asking what gender, and so on and so on, so forth. So the post insights are good because you're able to see which posts are giving you the most reach, which posts are giving you the most visibility, in a sense, in terms of the reach and in terms of the awareness. Okay. And then you're also able to see when your fans are online, which is a great tool because you're able to tell who is online at what time for you. And it's a great thing for you to help you see when you can post and some of the best times to post. The other thing is that you're able to see the type of post and the reach that you have. Okay, so you're able to see this kind of post gets this kind of reach, and so on and so forth. And you're able to give that breakdown for your businesses. Okay. Something else is that you're able to see people. So this is an interesting one, and this is where the demographic is. You're able to see under the tab people. You're able to see the people who follow you, their ages and their breakdown. Remember, I was talking about this earlier, that the page allows you, or rather your Facebook page allows you to give a breakdown of who has liked your page and so on and so forth. Here is where you see that breakdown, and here is where you see that sort of that breakdown for your page and for your people. Okay, so please check this out. Please look at this and look at what it is that you can learn from in terms of the breakdown, in terms of the people that you follow. Okay, so you're able to see your fans, you're able to see the gender and so on and so forth. You're able to see the country, the city, the language also, which might be important for you also to see and understand your fans and so on and so forth. Okay, guys, that is it for Insight. It was a quick one just for you to understand Insight, just for you to look at. Maybe Abdifata, you can summarize for me before we jump into looking at Instagram.
Okay, asxaabay waxyaabaha maaragtay oo insights kadaad aan sheegaynay kamid ah waxa kamid ah inaad maaragtay ogaan kartid waxa la yiraahdo page-kaaga intuu gaaray, reach waxa la yiraahdo page-kaaga intuu qofoodu gaaray, views meeqa qofooda fiirisay oo booqatay page-kaaga, waxa ogaan kartaa waliba haddii xitaa advertisement aad samayso meeqa advertisement ku gaaray. Organic waxa la yiraahdaa wax aad advertisement-ka u sameynaa waxa la yiraahdaa organic reach. marka advertisement-ka noqdana wuxuu noqonaa advertisement reach. sidoo kale posts-ka iyo audience-ga tusaale ahaan waxa ogaan kartaa post-ige ugu maaragtay maxaa la yiraahdaa ugu reach badan, post-ige ugu fiirsasho badan. tusaale ahaan haddii aad 4 post soo geliso waana meelaha ugu badan oo la rabo dadka maaragtay business people-ka ah oo adinkoo kale entrepreneurs-ka ah inay si fiican u fiiriyaan. tusaale ahaan hadda 4 product soo dhigtay, productiga ugu badan ama maxaa la yiraahdaa post-iga ugu badan dadka ay si fiican u booqdeen, si fiican u daawadeen haddii video tahay, ay action si fiican ugu dhufteen, meesha waxaa ka ogaan kartaa interest-ga meesha jiro. now marka waxaad bilaabi kartaa inaad ka shaqaysid oo aad u badisid maxaa la noocaas mi fahamteen. marka waxaa waaye 10 ka baran kartaa from that insight. sidoo kale waxaa ogaan kartaa faniskaaga, dadka faniska ku ah, followers ku ah, siday kala yihiin, xaggee degan yihiin, meeqa dumar meeqa rag ah, maxaa la oldies ogaan kartaa. sidoo kale waxaa ogaan kartaa online statuskooda, goorme ugu badan online ay yihiin. tusaale ahaan haddii ka waran 8 saac habeenimo aad post soo gelisid, probably waxa waaye dadka ugu badan oo Soomaali hadday yihiin customer-kaaga ma arki doonaan pages-kaaga ama posts-kaaga. waxay noqon doontaa inay subax marka soo kacaan arkaan. laakiin xilliyada ugu badan tusaale ahaan haddii aad ay yihiin laga soo bilaabo 1 saac habeenimo ilaa 3 saac oo inta badan dhalinyarada iyo bulshada xaafadaha inta la joogo la fiirinayo social media waxa cusub inaad soo geli kartid xogtaada. marka taasna waa ku caawin kartaa. marka inahaas ugu badan marka waa ka sii soconaynaa. Stephen, you can keep going.
Thank you. Fantastic. Yeah. So let's jump right into, let me stop sharing. Let's jump right into Instagram. And quick poll here. I just want to see. I want to see if I can launch a poll. Okay, I wanted to check something, but yes, I wanted to encourage you, if you have an Instagram page, please share it here, share a link of that Instagram page, and I will be looking at it maybe later on, maybe not today, but later on. So if you have an Instagram page, please, Abdifata, please have them share that link, which I can be looking at much later.
Okay, Stephen wuxuu rabay inuu bool soo bandhigo sidii kii hore oo kale laakiin uu suurtagal weysay laakiin waxa uu noo sheegayaa qof alla qofkii leh Instagram page oo business ah not personal business ah ha soo dhigo chat-ka tusaale ahaan instagram.com/page kaaga ama inta direct waxa soo qortaa @symbol adoo raacsiina username kaaga oo page ka waxaan ka hadlaynaa waa business page not personal ya Instagram kii personal ka ma ahan waa midka page ka soo dhiga hadii suurtagal tahay
And thank you for reminding, thank you for reminding them that, reminding us rather, that it is the business page, not the personal one. Great. So let's jump right into Instagram, and I'm looking forward to see how many of you will share that. The reason I want to start with Instagram, I want to finish Instagram quickly and then move on to WhatsApp and give a bit more time for WhatsApp. We can't do it in two parts if time doesn't allow for us to move, especially when talk about WhatsApp advertising. It's okay. We will pick it up from next Monday, which will also be a great way actually for you to implement some of the things that you have learned. Another reminder, if you didn't have a Facebook page today and you create a Facebook page after this training, please contact the DS team. Please post it here on chat. If some of you have been able to create a new Facebook page from the training, please let us know. We will absolutely love to know that. So maybe, you know, the time of the program. Oh, okay. Great. Abdifata, quick one. Just to confirm, was the time up to 12:30?
And I think, Stephen, we have planned 2.5 hours for the session and maybe 10 minutes for the Q&A. I don't know if Cynthia is still in the call.
Yes, just to clarify, because that would be super important for me to know, because my understanding is we were going to, you know, be ending at around 1. The closing remarks are going to be given at some minutes to 1. I don't know if Cynthia is around.
I think, and I think for this day, it's not around 1. I think we should finish somewhere to 12:30 or to 12:40 somewhere, but I don't know. And how long it will take this module or this Instagram module?
It's okay. Let me quickly do Instagram. Instagram is like 10 minutes, and then we'll do WhatsApp next time. Is that okay? Is that okay, guys?
Yeah.
Can we quickly do Instagram? Yes. By show of hands. Okay, great. Okay, great. No problem. So Instagram again needs no introduction. You know, we are here to help you build. It helps you build your business and build your visibility and to connect with people. So very quickly, how the Instagram works up. There's a personal profile, obviously, and there's your professional page. There's what you call the Instagram page. You're able to search, you're able to explore businesses, and you're able to, obviously, what we're looking at now is have a business account, okay? And the idea about Instagram is bringing people closer to what you already love, okay? So you're trying to connect with people who already, you know, sort of know what you do and they enjoy what you're doing, and you're trying to captivate them with your photos, with your images, and many of you I know are already probably doing this, okay? So a few statistics there, I'll not go into it, but just to let you know that a lot of people are using Instagram to make their business decisions, okay? Very quickly, how then do you find people? So this is an important one, that if the idea here is if your business had a personality, what would it be like, okay? That's a challenge. What do you want people to feel? What do you want people to think when they see your Instagram post, when they visit your Instagram profile and your page? So that's the idea. Do you want them to see fun page? Do you want them to see a page that is too serious, no room for fun? Obviously, we want the page to be fun. We want to encourage people to post or to talk as much as they want, and what are some of the characteristics that people see from a business. But very quickly, let us look at how to create a business account for your business. You click on the add account. So if you're already logged in on your own personal profile, you click on add account, and then you give your name, you give your password, and you click on sign up. Okay, so if you don't have a profile, click on sign up, and then you're going to be walked through how to create. So if you're wondering to choose between a creator and a business is meant more for people who are selling things. So it's what I would propose for you to use as, as for your business. So if you're setting up your business, please use the business link to set it up. Okay, so click on the business one, the business link there, and then go ahead and start setting up your business. Okay, and then you can, or you may or may not connect your business to Facebook. It's up to you if you choose to do it. If you choose not to, you can do it later, but ideally that is it. Please enter your business information the same way we did for Facebook. Enter your business information and then set up your Instagram account. So make sure you put an attractive image that will grab the attention. Make sure you put your your name there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so your handle is what they call your name. So at something, make sure you put a profile, a picture that is branded well, and a link to your website as well, and of course add the contact details for your business as you move along. And that is it. Once you do that, follow people, save some of the posts that you find interesting, some of the posts that you find engaging. You can save those posts for you much later for you to look at. But once you create your page, guys, your Instagram account, it's not hard. Find new people, follow, and save your posts. Now, if you've already created your page, you might be wondering, how do I convert my page to be, my business to be a business account? I'm gonna share with you a link shortly on how to do that as we move along. Okay, then last but not least is be creative. Share your story, guys. Be consistent with your look and feel. Post on a regular basis. That's one thing that you want to do on Instagram. You want to keep posting. You want to keep telling people, hey, this is my page, this is what I'm selling, and so on and so forth in terms of what you post. So be consistent, use photos that are captivating, be authentic also, use your own photos. Please don't pick photos from the internet and just post them in there. Please be authentic and use your own photos in that sense, okay? And yeah, you don't have to get a professional photographer. Instagram is designed for you to use your own personal story to connect with people. So Instagram is designed for you to use your own camera. So open your camera, take as many photos as possible. A few tips there is for you as you're putting together your Instagram, but also make sure that you can use some of the tools that you have in that sense. So make sure you use the filters. Instagram has a lot of filters for you to use. Make sure the photos are right. Make sure you crop the photos properly, and so on and so forth. That is it from me. Maybe you can translate for me before we continue.
Okay, Stephen, thanks. أصحابي وحاول أنا introduction من بعض Instagram ومارتيجا أقوم بالتهيئ. المهم ده حاوي إن Instagram كله استعماله for business purpose. أنا جا profile وحالنا هاي أو شخصي أو مارتي that's okay. لكن حلو بهاي هاي إن profile محلي ده business كنا أو بورتين محلي ده profile أو بورتين أما Instagram account أو سميت لو سمينا أو أركتين. option بدنا نمرك حوليها creator iyo wax la business creators waxa loo talagalay dadka public figures ka ah ama maartay bulshada caanka ah iyo dadka oo content producers ka loo oo filmaanta iyo xogta soo saaro business kan waxa loo talagalay dadka wax iibiyo waana meesha laga rabo adiga inaad doorataan marka business page ka dooraneysaan kabacdina de wixii ka dambeeyay waa ogtihiin sawirada la dhigayo inay noqdo sawiro qurux badan cropping ka marka jiraysiin sawirada inaad si fiican angle fiican laga jaro in maartay kamerad fiican la isticmaalo oo maartay maybe mobilada maartay oo kamerooyinka fiican leh in maxaa la yiraahdaa boostiyada ay noqdaan kuwa attractive ah in dadka marka waxyaabaha ugu badan oo muhiimka waxa waaye waxa la yiraahdaa creative in la ahaado be creative inaa hal abuur ay yeelatid sawir mataa inaad soo dhigin sawirka si fiican soo qurxi angle fiican ka soo qaad regular waxa la yiraahdo ama regular update na samaysid oo mar walba aad soo dhigtid oo inaadan maartay afar maalin marka ka maqnaad ama bil marka kama soo gelin sidoo kale authentic in ahaatid oo ah sawirada adiga aad leedahay isticmaal wax macnaha oo adiga aad leedahay oo business ka ku saabsan laakiin hadaad YouTube inta Google ka tagtid sawir soo dejisid ma fiicno anna ugu dambeyntii filters ina ka faa'iideysan soo marka aad u mahadsantiin okay Stephen we are done.
Yeah, we are done for now. A few questions is how do I share my post with other groups to boost my followers? Yeah, you just share your post. There's actually a way you can share your post to a group. So that's possible for those. So you can actually do that. How many followers? You know, there's gender. Yes, Bhutan, I've answered that question. Through Insight, you're able to look at your gender and all the details for that. Okay. Fantastic. So maybe just in closing, we will please remember to fill in your feedback form. I've put a link of how to put together and how to create your Instagram account. So when you come back on next week, the first thing we'll start with is WhatsApp business. We will look at that and then now move on to other things. Okay. Gonna invite, I think Cynthia is not in, but gonna invite Ayan to give some closing remarks before we jump on. But for me here, it's to say thank you so much for your time, guys. This has been absolutely amazing. I hope we'll all tune in on Monday, where my colleague might be I might not be the one taking you through that, but you will continue on Monday with the training. Okay, Ayan, are you there?
Yes, Stephanie.
Great. You can give some closing remarks for the team.
Yeah, I think I can. Since most of the participants they are headed to prayers, I see their comments there like it is time we want to pray, so I will make it short. First of all, I want to thank you, Stephen, for making this training so amazing. You're so energetic, even though it is through the internet. You can imagine how it will be if it was physical. Hopefully we will have it one day, inshallah. So I want to give you a huge thanks for making this very interactive. I can see most of the participants, they actually stayed. I was hoping so many of them will drop out, but most of them have stayed. Our target was 30 and we have 30, thankfully. I hope you can allow me to speak Somali to the participants. And waxaan rabaa inaan aad nigu mahadceliyo dhammaan inta hadda ku jirto waxaan ku bilaawna konton ku bilaawna hadda ilaa 30 joognaa staageedkina anaka awal muxuu ahaa 25 ilaa 30 ahaa marka waxaan rabaa inaan mahadceliyo dhammaantiin sida wanaagsan oo dhageysteen inta kuma ega session kala jiro oo kan la socon doono kan 29 kana mid kala dhici doono I think Monday ku aadan yahay waa casharkii isla socon doono waay marka waxaan rajaynayaa dhammaantiin inaad ka soo qayb gali doontiin si wax badan ugu faa'iideen adoon qaldanaan adaftax waxaan rabnaa inaan la sheegarayno form oo la buuxinayo form waxaa jirta feedback adaftax baan sheegay amada feedback training soo aragtan maxaa laga bedeli lahaa si 29 loo gaara aratiin waxyaalaha in lagu soo kordhiyo ama laga bedela jeclaan lahayn tababarkaanita tada kale waxaa jiri doonta attendance waxaa la bixinayaa maxaa la dhahaa online certificates aan la siinayaa marka dadka ka soo qayb galaan groupka WhatsApp ka waxaa nagu soo diranaa inta ka soo qayb gashay dhamaantood ama halkaan aan ku soo diri doonaa midna qonta adaftax aan sheeg doonaa marka waxaan ku soo xirayaa mar kale iyo mar saddexaad aad ayaan idin mahadcelinayaa shukran.
Okay, thank you, Ayan. And Stephen, I just want to share with the colleagues a few things. And asxaabay hadal dambe ma noo laabno warkii waa la soo dhameeyey kaliya waxaan rabaa inaan formkaas feedback please ana soo buuxisaan sababtoo ah waxa waaye wax walbo la sameeyo waxay leeyihiin maxaa la yiraahdaa qaladaada yeelan karaan please feedback soo buuxiyo sidoo kale waxaan rabnaa inaan certificate of participation buuxino inaan sameeyno oo dadka aan siino marka formkan aan idin soo diray hadda oo maaragtay certification-ka aan ku bixin doono attendance ahaan oo la dhaqmeynaa marka form-kan oo forms ay ku qoran tahay hadda aan soo dhigay please ayadana soo buuxiya kaliya waxaan rabnaa magaciina iyo telefonkiina inaan ogaano kabacdiina labada sessionba qofkii kasoo qayb gala la siin doonaa certification-kaas aad u mahadsantiin Stephen. And we are all done. Just we shared in a quick form that we want to check who is attended this session, so that we want to give them a participation certificate through that attendance. So thank you so much for your energetic session, and we look forward to the next meeting.
Bye bye and stay safe.